Okay, guys, welcome to Secret Sinners.
Well, what's that, blood?
Tell me.
What are you doing?
Carry on, SR.
He's fucking up my intro.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. Welcome to Secret Sinners, guys. Before we start, guests, can you turn your phones on silent, please? And when speaking, can you speak directly into the mic so we can get the best sound for the podcast, please?
Sinners Podcast, the world's most dangerous podcast.
Dangerous.
Why are you laughing?
Why does everyone laugh?
Why are you laughing?
Sound effects.
Huh?
The sound effects.
What's wrong with the sound effects?
Not you.
Danger. Suspicious. I'm Sinner Speed.
I'm seeing a Leko.
Well, go on, Leko.
Good, you know. It's packed house. Wow. Kinda.
Little back.
Semi.
Let's get a little clap from them lot then. Yeah, that's not your job to clap. You're good, man.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Good, man. You're on the table.
I'm just trying to applaud you there. I'm just trying.
Yeah.
Trying to say some love.
Yeah, man, you're good, man. You're good, man. You sip your water, you get me? Yeah, saying. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on the YouTube then. Basically.
Actually do it as well. Don't just listen to us. Do it.
Make sure you get that done. Big up JATT Life, JL Brands, and everything in there.
Big up Manscaped.
Wait there. The promo code, go to the JATT Life website. Promo code Sinners10. 10% off all your liquor on there. You got your obviously you got your JATT Life vodka. You got your what else is up there, Lex?
Rico 69. We got Fumes' thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know about Fumes' thing, innit?
Lava.
It's always on point, you know.
No, we've got to add the pause to that.
Yeah.
No, but you nodded. You went,
Yeah.
No, he's had a pause to it.
you,
We ain't even started yet.
Sasha's not looking too impressed.
I don't know nothing.
Sasha don't even know what I'm going.
That's what I'm saying, so I can't.
I look, that's just gone way over her head.
Yeah.
Not involved.
You're not involved now.
It's all right.
Mad. Big up Venom Power. I gotta speak about Venom Power. Promo code Sinners10. Venom Power is a pre-workout for the gym. I know you like go to the gym and all that, and then you take pre-workouts. Yeah, get yourself on the Venom Power website. Get 10% off Venom Power pre-workout. It's a mad thing. You know when you take that shot of Venom Power, that scoop with a little bit of water, mate.
Face is gone.
Personal bests. Yeah. Yeah.
Numb. You know them ones.
Yeah. Numb.
Because they used to have something called Jack 3D and it got banned, but that was a madness.
Yeah.
Jack 3D was a madness.
That's what I'm
Skin's
saying.
just
And
itching up.
Yeah, man. You have to make sure you go through your paces when you take them things there. Trust me. But yeah, 10% off. I should have it on the table really, but I forgot to bring it. God damn. Big up Manscaped.
How much percent we got off that? 20.
20% off Manscaped.
20% off Manscaped with the Sinners code. Sinners.
Just Sinners.
Just Sinners.
Manscaped.com.
You man still using it as well?
What, the Manscaped?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Manscaped it does the job, man. He does the job.
Everything clean, everything shaved, nothing cut. Nothing cut. You get what I'm saying, Sasha? Eh?
Sasha still don't know what going on.
You know what we're gonna do today, bro? We're gonna have to delve back into Sasha's love life.
Nah, don't take the mic. Leave me alone.
This is what we're gonna be doing because
Yeah, we ain't seen you for a while. Sticky ain't even met you. That's how long it's been.
Wow.
That's how long she ain't been here.
You ain't even met Sticky.
Never met her.
Ain't even met Sticky.
Every time we get Sasha on here, it's like we're trying to line her up with something.
I know, man. Leave me alone.
No.
And
Do the same thing.
How did your date go with the doctor?
Yo,
I ain't going no.
Whoa.
we'll get into that. We'll get
Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
saying there's two men on the table. We're talking about doctor who's not even here.
Oh, sorry. Big up the doctor.
Big up the doctor.
Come on.
Yeah, Manscaped. That's it, innit?
That's it, really.
That's it for. Yeah, that's it. No one else to pick up.
Big up Impulse.
Voila.
I don't know what that's doing there. But, you know.
Whose is that impulse pink?
It's not mine.
Is that yours, Sasha?
No way.
So when did we become a?
You mean no way? He brought it then. One of you did.
No, it was already here.
That must be Heidi's.
Oh yeah. that was on Cine Sports, yeah.
All right then. Where are we going from here, Leko?
We're going to start with ladies first. We're going to start with Sasha in the middle.
As always.
How you been, Sash?
Not how you been. Where you been?
Everywhere, man, everywhere.
No, you ain't been nowhere.
I have.
Okay.
Where you been?
Where you been?
Traveling and that.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been to a few places.
Traveling where, bro? To the local Tesco?
Don't take me. No.
Nah, Sasha's been on the beaches, I've seen her.
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been traveling.
Oh, I ain't been paying attention then. What beaches?
Now, I went to, I just come back from Morocco.
Bit closer
Swear
to the
down.
mic, please.
Jamaica.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Marmaris. Went a few places.
Who did you go there with then? Doctor.
Ones. Behave yourself.
Bro, why are you going everywhere on your ones, bro?
Because it's good.
Man, them, you hearing like...
I went to Morocco with my friend because our birthdays are at the same time. So
What's his name?
we both celebrated our birthday at the same time.
Yeah. So you went Morocco with your friend and Jamaica on your own.
Yep.
You know why she went Jamaica on her own, innit?
Find a yard, man.
Yep.
Must be one yard man out there.
You're not
Innit?
sad, you know.
Innit?
You got nothing else going on.
You done with the English boy, them.
Behave yourself. Behave yourself.
So what was you doing out in yard then?
I haven't been there before. That was my first time.
And you went on your own.
Yep.
Yeah.
I already knew people over there, so
Yeah.
Yard man.
Yard, man.
carry on.
A man.
No, can you get out of my business, please?
This
Also,
what
there
we-
was a
Let's
man,
move
but
it on.
it's your
Innit?
business.
No,
Innit?
let's move it on.
You feel under pressure?
Thanks. No, I don't. Can we move it on?
So there's no man
Please
then.
and thanks. No.
So obviously we're just setting the tone. You got no man in your life, 2 men surrounding you. We're just making sure that we can go on
Stop
through with that.
trying to set me up. with
Yo,
people
listen.
Every time I'm here,
I don't
want to
be talking
coming,
to
you know.
I don't want to be talking here and end up getting beat up by someone else on the road. So you get what I'm saying? As long as you know what I'm saying, we just need to know what's going on. You get me?
Still single, yeah?
Anywho,
Are you still single?
yes, moving swiftly on. Please
So
and
what
thanks.
go on now, Sasha? How you been?
Good. Just grafting, innit?
Yeah.
Grafting, traveling.
It don't sound like you've been grafting. It sounds like you're traveling.
No.
Been having fun.
grafting
Yo.
between traveling.
Grafting in between traveling.
Yeah. I don't have to physically be here to make money.
Yeah. Oh.
Big boy.
You got it like that then?
No. Just, work smarter, not harder.
Okay.
Drop some bombs on that one, please. Jesus. There we go. I like that.
Wow.
Got
You're here
it.
to
Dust that shoulder
You're
off.
here to motivate the motivational ones then, basically.
Yo, teeth are shining though. Glad I got these glasses.
Innit?
Yo,
Teeth shining,
yo,
lipstick,
the glistening, you know.
lipstick's
blinding
extra
me.
red,
Yeah, man.
hair straight.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Everything just gleaming. Innit?
Give it over, man. You like it.
Listen, we're gonna get a little break.
Nah,
We'll be
we're
back.
finished.
We'll be back. We'll be back,
Yeah,
bro.
we'll go back to it then.
We're gonna
We'll
be a
go back.
comeback.
Yeah, we'll go back to it. Sasha, we ain't done with you yet.
Ain't done with you, man.
We ain't done with you.
I think we'll go opposite me then. What's your name, brother?
Yes, Nathan. Thank you for letting me on the podcast, guys. Really appreciate it.
Come on, bro, man.
Looking forward to a good show.
Nathan, where you from, bro?
So I'm from Luton.
Luton, yeah?
So a little way away, but
Okay. And what do you do then?
so I work full time for an energy company, but my new flex since the start of the year, I just created a coaching service for men, helping
okay.
them open up because obviously as men we don't speak
Yeah.
to our boys, we don't feel right speaking to our partner, family. So a lot of men just bottle it up.
Yeah.
Ends up overspilling into self-sabotage behaviors. The suicide rates are at all-time high.
Yeah.
I want to bring that down, and basically just create like a confidential safe space for men to just get stuff off their chest and become the best version of themselves.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm on at the moment.
Mad. So how do we go about achieving that then?
Yeah, man. So last year, I spent the whole of it whilst working, getting certified, getting my qualification.
Yeah.
So I'm not just saying I'm a life coach and not doing anything with it. And yeah, just been putting out my videos, getting my social media, getting that growing, getting a bigger following. and then taking it onto a one-to-one basis, but then obviously working with businesses as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a busy boy for the following year.
Okay, so what is your service just for men then, basically, or is it?
Yeah, because the problem is you've got a lot of people working with just women alone, which is great. But there's no one focusing on the men.
No one's focusing.
And the fact that, suicide is the biggest killer of men under 45.
Yeah.
We're dying 3 times higher than women from suicide. There's clearly a big market there and no one's really doing anything about it.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
And the women are the problem. Because they want to go yard on their own.
The modern woman wants a traditional man.
The modern woman.
Yeah, the modern
That's
woman.
saying.
That's all the chat at the moment.
Modern woman thinks she don't need no man.
That's it, but we need each other.
That's a bit mad though, isn't it? The modern woman wants a traditional man. It's a bit, they're...
Not all.
Yeah?
Not all of them, but it's just a bit mad, isn't it?
Sasha does.
Anyway.
Wait there, Sasha. You're not going to do this anyway thing for the whole episode, because I will confuse
Just
you.
leave me alone.
No.
We're talking to this lovely
Yeah, no,
young
we
man
are
here,
still.
continue.
We are still.
Yes, I was speaking to you earlier, and when I seen you, I was thinking, I recognize you from somewhere, and it was the TV. And I was thinking, that must have been that. What was it? Take Me Out.
Yeah.
Take Me Out. So how did that come about then?
Yeah, a few years ago, after uni, I was doing some part-time modelling and TV opportunities came as part of it. So I did like a few minor shows, did Coach Trip, did a couple others. And then there was the opportunity, Take Me Out reached out whilst I was doing a season in Ibiza, and I thought, do you know what, I'm single, why not?
Also, wait, you was up there with Paddy beginning. Oh, okay.
Paddy beginning, it's no
No likey, no likey.
That's the one,
Was you one of them black geezers that just backflipped into the stage and...
Nah. MSCV back.
And what was your talent?
Oh, bro, it was bad, man. So like I said originally that I could rap. Said I got bars. And then
man said originally you could rap. Could you rap or could you not rap?
No, like when it's pre-written.
What?
When it's pre-written, when you
Oh,
write down
you
your
mean you
notes,
couldn't
notes on your
freestyle?
phone.
Yeah.
I can't freestyle.
Okay.
No way. And then basically they had the whole VT round, where your boys. I think it was my boys and my dad taking the mick out of me.
Yeah.
Sweet, cool. Morning of the show, we need you to do a rap. Had nothing prepared.
Swear down.
And then they wanted me to move around. They wanted me to do choreography. Wanted it to go to a beat as well. So it was stress. I ended up flopping the rap, but I still got a date.
Did you get a date? Yeah.
I still got a date.
Yeah.
Still had 9 lights left on it at the end, so I did all right. But yeah, the rap flop, man. It's on YouTube. It's embarrassing, but
Wow.
we move.
Oh, you had 9 lights.
I had 9 lights, yes.
That's good still, because how many did it start with? 30, innit?
30 years.
Good still.
I'll take that. But the rap was bad, man.
So what was the date like then?
I'll tell you, man, it was a bit set up, man. It was staged, it was forced, like it was very much like she hated seafood, so.
But you picked her though, innit?
So yeah, I picked the girl. So the live show was all good, but
She looked good.
She looked good.
But you didn't get on like that.
Now, so we got on, but the producers were in her ear like, oh, you got to say this, you got to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just trying to ruin the date. So it kind of just ruined the vibe. But yeah, we got on, but that ruined it a little bit. But the night out was good.
Or was it never going to go nowhere, like from the get-go, do you think?
I don't know. It could have done.
Yeah.
It could have done. Because we did get on well, but it just ruined it and it made it awkward.
Was she fire?
She was nice. Pretty girl.
She was nice.
What was her name? What was her name?
That's a good question.
You can't even
Wow.
remember.
You can't remember?
Chelsea.
Wow.
Brought that back. Brought that back.
All right, then. Do you think you made the right choice?
Out of the other 8 that you turned off?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Sounds
Nah,
like
it didn't go anywhere.
sounds like you're not trying to upset nobody.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a nice guy.
Okay.
Trying to be a nice guy.
Okay, we'll have to try and find the other side to the nice guy today anyway.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah. Yo, SR, get him another drink.
You ain't drinking. Everyone's drinking water on here.
Nah, he's drinking, man.
Are you drinking? Oh, you got
man.
Got a
okay.
little juice.
Yeah, he's getting-
Yeah, you got a little juice.
yeah.
Yeah, we can move on then.
Move on. What's your name, bro?
vchampagnee on social media, but Vincent. But so that's my name. So I'm started an institution called Wealth University, which is going to be launched on the 14th of May 2023, and it's to help ordinary people improve their relationship with money and wealth. For me, my background, so I was a corporate lawyer, and then I worked in M&A, worked in private wealth after that, become a private investor, made reasonable amount of money, and now I just want to help ordinary people. So I had loads of things I learned and just want to give the game away that the wealth we've been using for a long time. So just want to be here, spread the message, make sure everybody feels good at home. Yeah, make sure everybody's feeling special. So at home, I hope you're feeling special.
Yeah.
And on the Paddy McGuinness thing, you know.
Yeah.
Take me out.
Yeah, so everyone feeling good. And yeah, so it's just about good energy, good vibe.
Okay.
And, it's here, and after the show, you would learn something at home. So it's just good to
Come on,
speak
bro,
and
man.
and spread the word. So yeah, and it's nice from my brother over there talking about men's mental health. I was at one of them. There's someone called the 4112 Men. They have like this mental health thing for actually black men when they speak, and they talk about all of the problems and things like that. So I went to one of those sessions.
Yeah.
And it was really, really deep. So it's really, really good that we've got a community now caring about men's mental health, because generally speaking, men don't like to speak about things. Obviously, we have these things about being strong, courageous, but we hold a lot of these things in. So men's suicide is higher. So it's just good to be able to speak to other men. And yeah, I learned so many things when I went to that session, and I've helped them I've mentored quite a few younger men as well. There was one guy who was about 19, and one of the things he discussed with me is that his parents never would show him any love. And he thought it was a problem with him, so I had to explain to him that they might have an issue. Your parents might have an issue with trauma. They might have had that from their parents. So it was good to have a conversation, because he found church, but speaking with him, and I'll speak to him now. So it's good because he thought they had a problem. So we do need to speak up more, and it's really good. It's really good what
Facts,
you're doing.
bro. Facts, bro. I think this is where we need to go with things, really basically, because obviously, you know, I think we're all on the same page in terms of what we're trying to do, even though people see this red light and Sinners podcast is mainly shown as the red light. We do have other areas, different codings of light, and when the light on there is blue, that's that's providers, which that's men's mental health. But before we go any further, let's get on to the sins. Let's get on to the sins. We can't just talk all mental health without
The sins.
the sins. You get me? And Sasha's gonna get her sin done as well, because
No, I was told
you've sinned in Jamaica.
I have not.
When you go to a new country, you have to release the new
Yeah.
country sin.
Because you've been out and come back. That means you've reset. You get what I'm saying? Everything's reset now.
Whatever.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm listening to you.
You know what?
I got no sin for you. Not today.
All right then. Sorry, my brother. It's my memory. What was your name again? Sorry.
Nathan.
Wow.
Nathan. Don't say wow.
You don't remember Nathan from No Likey, No Lighty?
Yeah, I remember Nathan.
Don't rate me, man.
Don't worry, you innit?
Disrespect, man. Leko.
Nah, it's more me. It's a me thing. You get what I'm saying? What's your biggest sin, bro?
So I've got a missus, so don't take this one personally.
Wow.
This was before us.
Have you told her that you're gonna come here? And
Well, you're asking us not to take it personally, or her?
Not you, man. Not you, man. Her. This is before her. I can't remember if I told her or not.
Oh, you still with her now?
No, so the sin is about someone before
Oh,
us.
her.
But you with her now, though, innit? Yeah.
But I'm with her now.
Yeah.
But as in, like, I don't know if she knows this story or not, because she might be a little bit disgusted with this one. But
she's
it's
gonna know
in
it
this
after
podcast,
this.
man. Like, you know, outside the coaching, we're all human.
Mm-hmm.
So
Once.
anyway, so I was in Thailand. Cut a long story short.
Yo, when you start with Thailand, you know it's a mad one. You know it's a mad one when you say that. Yo, that's the sin. He's done. He's done.
You understand, my brother?
Yeah.
It was your past life. We're gonna forgive you.
I know. I was in Thailand, and it was our first night. And it was, so a few of us worked in Ibiza. So there was 3 of us, and one of our boys that used to work in Ibiza, big MMA fighter. He's come out with us. First night on the strip. We're not expecting much, but then in Thailand it's all mad. You've got, you know, Thai girls coming up to everywhere.
Thai girls?
Thai girls or
maybe Thai.
Thai-
Thai,
Yeah.
Thai man.
You don't know.
But we're a bit overwhelmed. We're like, bloody hell, we're not used to this, you know, like drinks everywhere, free drinks, everything. So
Trying to get you drunk in it.
trying to get us drunk.
Nah, man.
I know, moving like sinners.
Don't say that.
I'm joking.
No.
No. So it was a decent night, and a couple of the boys were off talking to some girls that were traveling there, and we're like,
Girls?
yeah, my other
Girls that were
No, these were girls. These were
Okay,
girls.
okay.
You know, like English girls.
Yeah, girls.
And me and my boy were like, we're not really feeling this because there was 4 of us.
Okay.
And he's like, come over here, mate. Come over here.
What?
Talking to 2 Thai girls. They want to go back to your apartment. I'm like, I don't really want to get split up. It's the first night. I was trying to be sensible. I'm not always a sensible one. I was trying to be sensible. He's like, nah, we've got to go back. I'm feeling very, very booky on the way back. It's a bit dodgy, back streets. Anyway.
Back shot.
So we've gone to this like dodgy apartment complex. Gone in the building, and she's gone, oh yeah, you pay me.
Mad.
I've gone, nah.
So before that, you didn't know it was nothing to do with pain? Nothing?
No,
You
of
just-
course not.
no.
Of course not.
You just thought you draw down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought, you know, she must like black man. Getting called Michael Jordan the whole way back. I was feeling good about myself. So I've been like, bro, nah, it's not one of them things. Like,
You said bro is not one of them?
Yeah, bro.
not one of them things. Like,
Man.
it's a paid one. And he's like, nah.
So bro.
That to my boy, because obviously we've gone back as a 4.
Okay, we got to be clear in this story. What you
Sorry. So he's
You're
in
in
one
Thailand,
room.
bro.
I'm in another room.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it's a paid one. We need to cut. He's
Okay.
like, nah. I'm enjoying myself.
Well, he's paid
He's
then.
enjoying himself with who?
He's enjoying himself with his girl.
And he's paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've gone back to the strip. Things have happened. You know, I've enjoyed myself. Had a good night. He's come back the next day.
Nah, where you going with this, bro?
The 2 girls had bits.
Oh.
The 2 girls had bits, man. Like 2 girls had bits.
So
I was lucky. Lucky.
So he said he enjoyed himself, yeah?
I'm not. No, so see, he obviously lips.
Did you lip?
Huh? No.
Your lips.
No,
Lip,
no.
man, he lip.
I swear
Listen,
down.
I know you never
swear down.
you never went further than that, but your lips, bro.
I swear down. Trust me. All
Look,
my
I can
best
see that
mates
smirk
know this
there, you know. You
story. Nah, 'cause I'm never gonna stick it on me.
You don't want to. You don't want to say.
I did lips.
Your lips, bro.
I
All right,
swear down. I did.
I'm gonna let you land, but I just want to know how's this your sin. But I'm gonna let you land.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, we're gonna run with
I
that.
think it's still a sin.
Listen, we're gonna run with that. Your lips.
All right, be real though. You're saying your brethren, but you was your brethren. Innit? Be real. Come on.
I swear down. Mum's life. I love my mum.
Okay.
I swear it wasn't me, but like
Okay,
my
then,
boy
so-
did a thing, realized it was that they were trying to get money out of him, and he had to basically cut from the scene and did a runner. But yeah, it was just mad finding out that the next morning because I was like,
So how did you find out?
because he'd come to the hotel room looking mad, like ripped t-shirt, like bro, this was a mad night. You know, one of them hangover stories.
Ripped
Oh,
t-shirt.
every man's got a different story to tell,
Yo.
but that was his, and I thought, oh my gosh, I nearly did it.
You told your
How did he come back and admit that?
I know that's a shit.
You know,
That's what I'm saying. Like, because no one had to know.
would
Like,
know.
you can't say,
You know what?
Nah. If you're keeping that to yourself, bruv.
bro. Like, he's come
Who
back.
wouldn't you?
Huh?
He's traumatized,
You know,
bro.
like
Your mental
laddie,
health?
you know, like a laddie
Actually,
Englishman.
you're doing men's mental health now, innit?
Open up to me. Open up.
Yo, bro, you need to talk.
You know what? He might have just been like, you know, he wants to tell his guy to see what his guy says and be like, I had that. And he just, that's what he was doing.
Mate, what did you do? What did you do?
Just checking if you. That's why it's good to be disciplined. That discipline helped you that time.
Bro, he had a ripped t-shirt, blood. Fuck.
Bro, I was lucky.
Who ripped the t-shirt?
I think
Innit?
he had a situation to get out of there. I think there was a pimp involved.
What?
Yeah,
What? This is getting worse.
bro. It was mad. It was mad.
Oh, so lucky you dipped.
Lucky I dipped. But yeah, that was a sin. That was sinful. I'm sure. You know, up above wouldn't have been proud of that moment.
Trust me, you can't be lips in them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There was no lips in, but
You have to know who you. You definitely grabbed the bomb.
You done
Yeah, that was
something.
that. That probably was that. Like,
So there's
it's a
your
long
sin.
time ago.
Come on, listen.
Basically-
Stop talking about your brethren's
Grab-
sins. What's
grab it,
your
grab it.
sin, bro?
That was a good story though,
You
but
grip-
now
you
we
grip-
want to know what your sin
What
was.
is your sin?
want-
It
Another one.
gripped the man's ass.
Alright, so okay, so
That's
that
the
was
sin.
okay.
That's
You
probably
grip
the
man's
biggest.
I switched the sin.
Did you grip the man's
Oh, you
ass?
switched it.
I told
So
you.
your brethren was you.
I told you.
No.
That's what you mean.
I switched my sin. I thought that was a good one there. Is
It is a good one,
You
but-
letting me have that?
That's not your
Go on.
sin.
What you got another one?
Lava. Why is everyone gone quiet?
Relax, bro. Yeah, we're giving him that one.
I'll be honest. Yeah, exactly. We definitely would have been. I'll tell you what. We were hand in hand.
Yeah. What? Lava.
You're holding
Yeah, we were hand
was
in
holding
hand.
hands.
Yeah, we're holding hand.
and you didn't feel like you didn't think the hand was a bit. No.
No, bro. In Thailand, because I've even gone with my girl since on a couples one, and like she'd even be like, "Oh, Nath, what do you think of her?" And I'm like, my girl would never ever ask me to check out a girl. And bro,
Traumatized.
the girls look like
They look.
they look the full
So
job.
The man them
They
look
look
like
good.
gal.
They look, when you say they look the full job, yeah, do you mean they look like girls who have had surgery? Job.
Yeah, and that's the reason why you can't tell. Because like even when you go to like a club, let's say you get a table, bruv, I'm telling you, some of them like girls that are all done up. If you like the fake look, especially on a night out, some man are like, oh yeah, look at her tits. Could be a bloke.
That's illegal, man. You're allowed to do that. Like,
I know people that have been stitched up with that. Found out after. That's bad, isn't it?
nah, man, that's illegal, bro.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. But
Yeah, that's meant.
So are there actually even women in Thailand like that? Like
actual women.
Yeah.
it's
do you mean is that-
prostitution, isn't it?
Yeah,
Basically.
Yeah,
So are they?
rife,
Because
it's rife.
every story I hear about someone in Thailand, it's always a man. Every single time.
It's just there's so many of them. I think because I actually was asking, what's the real reason behind it, and I think it's generally due to the poverty, because there's so many. It's, unfortunately, Thailand's the best place, by the way. Although there's a few freak stories, like definitely visit it. It's one of the best places I've ever been to. But I think from a young age, some of the boys, the family struggling for money, turn them into girls because they know that they can make bank. Unfortunately, through the prostitution, which is quite bad. There's like bloody Thai massage places everywhere. There's like probably more Thai massage places than you see McDonald's in the UK. There's just one on every street corner. It's mad. It's a mad culture, man. It's a mad culture.
Yeah, that's mental. That's mental.
Some mad ones.
Where are we going now?
Sasha, you got another
Nah.
info?
I ain't got
No, you
no.
have.
Yeah. I right. All right.
Oh, Sasha's one was funny still.
She dashed the man's keys in the river.
Have to look for them.
Oh,
Go on,
God.
Sasha, tell us
I
another
told
one.
you that in confidence.
No, you didn't. You told us on camera.
You told the whole world.
Yeah.
No, I did still. But nah, I ain't got no more for you.
Why?
Because I was told I didn't need another one.
Who told you
I
that?
ain't got one off the top of my head.
Who told you that?
Yes.
Sis.
No.
You giving up false stuff.
You.
Who?
You right there. So.
I see we got another one.
No, you didn't.
Oh, Luke, you listen to him.
Yeah.
Not what you said.
Luke's the youngest in the room. Can't listen to the youngest in the room.
Not what you said. I ain't got no more.
All right, then we're gonna allow
We
Sasha.
can let, yeah, I was going to say, we can allow Sasha.
We're gonna allow us to.
Why is everyone on this loud Sasha talk?
Yeah, because well, we allow everyone else, so we may as well allow Sasha.
No way.
Hey, Sasha, you know the mic here? Get close.
What?
Wow, you giving her respect to SR. Everyone
Yeah,
else. tennis
SR. You gave her too much
Any,
respect.
What do you mean too much respect?
nah.
What do you mean?
SR, be SR, the barman.
I am being SR the barman.
Nah. Everyone else, you'd
Aight,
say, yo,
Sasha,
get close to the mic.
Get close to the mic, yeah, and pretend it's cocked. Yeah? Put your lips real close to
Yeah,
it.
we're not doing that.
Yeah,
Then we
bad
won't
him
be
up.
able to-
Bad him up, Sasha.
Remember that conversation we
Oi,
already had
bad him up.
downstairs?
Yeah?
All right. Then.
Sasha, bad him up.
Yeah.
All right, then we're gonna move on. Mr. Water Drinker.
Oh, yeah. Gotta stay hydrated, you know?
Come on, man.
No sugar, yeah?
To a degree.
Oh, check his pockets, lads. Yeah? A man came in and
took
said,
one-
yo, I'm clean, no sugar. But I said, a man doing this with the sweet.
Pocketing bare sweets.
See, sometimes you need to know the full story, you know? Because he actually was persuading me to take the sweet.
Yeah.
You were
Beer refreshers.
No, I'm a softie for sweets. Like literally, So I took one, man. You know, could that be a sin?
Nah, nah.
No,
Listen, bro.
my sin.
Man's got the pimp coat on.
Yeah. The pimp boots. Yeah, I'm saying.
And it put your
Pimp coat and pimp
show
boots
everybody
and
them
that,
boots.
yeah. Show the people the pimp boots.
And it show them the pimp boots.
Yo, it's just like a pimp.
Yo, he's pimping out here.
Pimping ain't easy, nigga.
Lambo doors, fling them up in it.
That's lava, bro. Don't do that.
Proper lava, that's proper lava
You're
stuff.
going mad. You're going mad.
All right,
Yeah.
Pimp champagne.
yeah.
Yeah, so my sim, I mean, it's not as, I don't think it's not as bad as, I'm a nice guy. I don't know, you know.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, no, man, it's all
Trying to say
right.
Nathan's not a nice guy?
It's all right, but it's not that bad. It's a reasonable sin. So my sin, so I was working in private wealth and I had one of my clients and we went to the casino. And basically, I have a company credit card which goes up to a certain amount. Basically, every month I can do an expense. So I'm with a client and then he said that he's, you know, entertainment effectively. So we're in a casino. I don't really gamble. He gambles. I'm trying to build a relationship. So, okay, he's done a certain amount. It's maybe 10,000 on the table. I've got 20,000 on my credit. And then I'm like, I want to get this client. So I'm like, oh, can I use a credit card? Use a credit card. We win anyway, effectively.
How
Say
much?
£30,000. We win.
Won 30 quid.
£30,000, yeah. So we win, and then I tell my, well, I get back, I talk to my partner, say the managing partner, I say, oh, we won this. What do I do with the money? And she said, oh, well, you can keep it. And I was like, oh, but I didn't tell her about the credit card, didn't it? So I was like, oh, okay. But with the expense of the credit card, was okay. So no, it's an expense, it's a client expense. So I was like, oh, okay, I didn't tell her about it. So yeah, summertime I was in St. Bart's. So that's what I said. I didn't tell her. I pocketed the money, went to St. Bart's, enjoying myself. So
My bro.
that's it.
So you
Sorry, bro.
skanked your work. So you skanked your work and basically like.
Nah, bro, that ain't it. You gotta give another sin, bro.
Yeah,
No, not with
And
that.
you know what's
Wait,
mad about
wait.
that? Because he had that one lined up like, this is a 6-inch watch. I'm gonna drop this one. Everyone's gonna be like, yeah, man, that was good. That was
I did.
dead.
That's the best thing I've got. I'm a good guy. I don't know any other sin. The best thing
Yeah,
I've got.
everyone,
Bro, you don't come,
everyone's got a pass.
you don't come in here with the yellow something with the fur, black fur, and
Pinky hanging out and all that when he's drinking.
yeah,
You've got more to tell us.
you got a big sin, bro. Come on.
You got sins, man. You got sins. You're holding back.
I'm not holding back. I'll think of one.
You're a pimp, innit?
No.
Are you a pimp? Be real. Are you a pimp?
A man genuinely asked you that question, right?
No, I can't be a pimp. You can't be a pimp nowadays. You got
Why?
you got OnlyFans, babe. They're doing everything. No one's gonna come to a pimp now. It's
So I heard you say earlier when you was doing your introduction, yeah, you was a private. What's all that about? Private investigator. What's that?
No, so I worked in private wealth. So with private wealth, what you have is that you have families that have a reasonable amount of money, and when you have a certain amount of money, you have a private bank account and you have a private wealth advisor. So I worked as a trustee to the wealthy. So with the wealthy, they have assets, they put them in trusts, and you protect them around the world. So that's what I done as my previous.
And are you
job.
trusty? Are you trustworthy?
Yeah, of course, you have to be.
What's your education background?
So I've done a law degree, done a master's at Oxford. Yeah, so that's my background.
Okay.
And I've done obviously a qualified lawyer as well.
I just want to know how you go from obviously from where you from doing your degree to where you are now.
Oh yeah, I can break that down for you. So when I done my degree, so I've done a law degree.
Yeah.
Then you do a training contract. So I've done a training contract with PwC. Big Four.
You get a bit closer to the mic.
Yeah, training contract at PwC, the Big Four. So I qualified with PwC as a lawyer. From there, didn't get the seat I wanted, and then an opportunity came up to restructure the Law Society. And so I worked as a consultant, which restructured them. Then the opportunity, I read a book. So I was in New York, and I read this book called Capital Without Borders. And it was about the wealthy, how they save their assets around the world, blah, blah, blah. So I found out about this course. It's called STEP. It's like a really, really exclusive club. I was reading the book, then I applied for the course, got onto the STEP course, then that launched me into private wealth literally like a year later. And then I'm working in private wealth, working with a hedge fund manager in England, working with family offices around the world. So yeah, it was an amazing job, like 3-4 years traveling the world, jumping on jets, buying yachts, every single thing as a trustee. What it is as a trustee, you're protecting the wealth. So you can have family members that might want the wealth, so you're a trustee. So you're the legal actually representation of the wealth. So you act for them on their behalf, the beneficiary. So that's how I got into private wealth, and yeah, I've done that for about 5 years or so. So reasonable amount of money, decent amount of money, and yeah, then I become a private investor. So I looked at that game. Let me get into the other game, because I know how to. When you're in private wealth and you work in M&A, you're buying businesses, you're raising capital. So I feel I can be on that side of the coin, and then I've done that. And then now, Wealth University, I thought, you know what? Let me just launch something that I've learned that's not out there to everyone. Ordinary people, help them be extraordinary. And I say life is a game. To me, life is actually a game. It's like what game are you playing? So when I worked in as a lawyer, there's a corporate game. That there are rules to that corporate game that you have to play. So getting promotions, you have to go to drinks, you have to dress a certain way, you work hard, the first one in, the last one out. There is a whole game to it. And I've learned this through having mentors. So when I was at university, I thought I wanted to be a barrister. But I realised that game had changed. I'd done some free privileges, like free work experience, talked to barristers, said, that's not the right game. You should go into be a corporate lawyer. I wish I could have went back. So then I spoke to him, went into that game. So yeah, so me just sharing the knowledge is helpful for everyone. There's no excuse. It's going to be out and it's just going to teach you what the wealthy have to pay a lot of money. £350,000 you need to earn over a year to get a private bank account. So it's a lot of money. So it's a game that is not available to everyone else. And yeah, they've played the game for a long time, but it's just basic things. So I'm just putting out. They let the wrong guy in. So basically, I'm just basically putting it out there. Wealth University, it teaches you that. And it's not just about wealth. Wealth University is about health. So it's about training that your fitness and your mental health as well. So it's important that in this day and age that we live in, we have social media, we have loads of other things. So it's important that we understand how we use them. They sometimes can be distracting. It's important that we train. So I've got fitness game on there. So I've got like personal trainers that I know that I train, helping you get in shape. There's so many different things. So it's not just about wealth. It's about financial literacy. It's about health, and it's about mental well-being as well. So there's so many stuff. It's not just about making money. It teaches you like how to do a CV. Some people don't even know how to do a random CV. It teaches you how do you dress for an interview. Some people might not know that information. So it's just relevant information that's helpful for you on the platform. I shot it in AI. I shot it on film. I traveled the world. I spoke to all of the wealthy people, all of my clients, all the conversations, all the case studies. There's something called business flipping in there, which is what I do in M&A, teach you how to do that, teach you how to buy a property. So from my background, my mum done really well in property. She's done really, really well. So I know about properties. I grew up on property as well. So it's just the whole game is just out there for someone, and they can just now go to a university. Because the problem is that the traditional education system doesn't teach you these things. So they don't teach you how to pay tax. They don't teach you about a mortgage. They don't teach you about a credit card. They don't teach you about how to. They don't teach you about life insurance, for example. So, for example, if you don't have to have wealth to pass it on to your kids. So if let's say you work a normal job, you work a normal 9 to 5, you can set up a life insurance premium, which is called whole life insurance, for like maybe 60, 70 pounds a month. You could transfer 700,000 pounds when you die to your loved ones. Or if you wanted to transfer $1 million, you might have to pay 120, 150 pounds a month. So you can use an insurance premium. So when you pass away, you can pass it on. And a lot of the time, a lot of, say, this generation of sort of Gen X's and the millennials are going to have the greatest transformation of wealth is going to millennials. So a lot of like parents that bought their houses a long time ago, a lot of the time, the biggest killer of wealth is tax. That is the biggest killer of wealth, and most of the public don't know this. So a lot of people die, the houses will go to probate. If you haven't wrote a will, you haven't put it in the trust, that will go to the government, and effectively, the government is actually probably the highest, that 45% inheritance tax is the highest rate that you're going to pay. So it's just the information is out there, and it just helps you. And I think it's helpful. The wealth have been using it for a long time, and I think is now that the normal, ordinary person can be extraordinary. So that's why Wealth University on the 14th of May, 2023 is being launched.
Okay.
You explained that very, very well. So, well, both of you two are basically motivational speakers, isn't it? In a nutshell. I want to know, what motivates both of you then? Like, start with you, Nathan. Like, what's your motivation to like even put out this type of content and even want to go in this direction? Like, if you're answering honestly.
Yeah. Let me give you the real. So I grew up in Luton, bit of a rough area, but my parents only had the one kid, nuclear family. Mum and dad still together. Dad's very similar to myself. Showed me how to treat a woman well, but still be like have your own personality. Let's say. And mum said the same, and they put me through private school. Mm-hmm. So I've always felt like I need to pay that back in some way, and I've always put a big pressure on being a success myself. So that's one thing that always kind of gets me up, keeps me hungry to try and become a successful man. And then in terms of the men thing, that actually just came about. I did psychology at uni, really liked it. So I've always been into helping people with game, when it comes to dating and whatnot, helping people with their fitness, all just free advice. I've helped my mates out for years. But then just seeing how many men were struggling, you got all this YouTube stuff, you've got the Tates, you've got the Fresh and Fit podcast, and you can see a massive dynamic between male and female at the moment. As you said, women don't feel like some of the modern females feel like they need a man. Men feel like they can't even speak about things anymore without getting into trouble. Don't feel like they can say the right thing. And then just when I noticed that suicide rate was so high, knowing even in my own experience, like when I bottle things up because I don't think I can speak to people, and I've got a really supportive network, all I end up doing is getting bladdered and getting on a night out where I can't remember anything, and all I'm doing is suppressing the issues and not dealing with it. So then when I actually kind of followed the coaching journey, I realized, wow, this is something that I could have actually used for myself. And I have all these big ideas and I've never done anything with them because I've self-doubted myself, or I've had issues and I haven't dealt with them properly. So really just seeing that and seeing, men need it the most. I've always kind of helped men anyway. Why not do it on a bigger scale? So that's now become my passion.
Yeah, man, that's proper.
What would you say is the first step for a man to be able to open up?
Yeah, I'd say honestly, figuring out what you want. I feel like a lot of the time, we kind of go into this spiral where there's so much happening. You got the bills to pay. If you've got a family, you got to look after the family. You have this massive societal pressure. Whether you're the one that earns the money, who earns the most amount of money in the relationship or not, you feel a societal pressure to be the breadwinner. So men are dealing with all of this pressure. When you've got all this external pressure, you end up living a life that you don't even want to live. So really, really taking the time to figure out what you want and then going for it. And that might be something where you have to take that extra hour out the day to really put time and focus into creating a plan to strive for what you want. Whether you use the help of a coach because they'll ask the right questions to get you there, or if you just try and figure it out yourself. Try to watch self-development videos on YouTube. You can look at a lot of this stuff for free as well. So really doing that, and then overcoming your demons, overcoming the main issues that are affecting you, and being honest with it. I'd say that's the first step.
So I've heard people say that you're suffering with mental health. Some people, some men or women, are suffering with mental health, but they don't know that they're suffering with mental health. So what would you how? If you was to give advice,
how would you diagnose yourself?
Yeah, basically? How would you diagnose yourself?
That's a very, very, very good question. And I think the reason why it's so easy is because we're living in such a fast-paced world. Work, job, family, social media, head's just constantly going. You never have time to rest. I'd say the best way is just to take a time out and actually write down on a piece of paper what you want, what's going well in life, what's not going so well in life, how the things that aren't going well in life are affecting you. And if you're finding that you're so far away from what you actually truly want in life, then you've got an issue there. And then I'd say to speak to someone that can help you. Like, I know a lot of the time you think, like that's a waste of money, you know, I can invest that in something else. But no, like, trust me, like coaching, for example, is so powerful because a lot of it is about your own ownership. So when I coach people, it's not like mentoring where I give my advice, because when I'm giving my advice, you look up to me. The whole point of coaching is I'm not going to give you any advice at all. I'm just going to ask you the right questions that are going to get you to think and self-reflect. Oh, okay, crap, yeah, maybe I didn't do this wrong. Oh, okay, because a lot of the time we just have no self-awareness about how things that we're doing are affecting us. So yeah, it's literally just all about that, and then the accountability, goal setting, as you said, like the things that you don't learn in school, all of that kind of stuff is what I'd say.
Do you know what I read? I read a book. What was the book called now? The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And it says how you know whether you've got something going on with your mental is if you are by yourself, what are the thoughts that go through your head? Do you feel like you have to constantly be around people just to distract yourself? Because a lot of people that are going through that feel like they need to do that. But what are the predominant thoughts in your head when you're by yourself?
And what would be the thoughts that would lead you to be mental health?
Well,
and,
what you think about when you're by yourself? Do you sit there and think? Because everyone has their thoughts when they're by themselves. And it was a matter of what do you think? Are they self-doubting thoughts? Do you sit there and think, oh, I should have did that. I'm such an idiot. Oh, I'm such a fool for not doing that, or blah, blah, blah. If they're all self-doubting thoughts, then there's definitely something going on. If your predominant thoughts are, happy thoughts, if you can look at yourself and be like, oh, you know what, you're doing all right, then, you're getting somewhere. But if your constant thoughts are self-doubting, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I should be here, I haven't done this, then something's going on. Or if you find yourself needing to be distracted by someone or something, you can't be alone for any amount of time, then yeah.
Something's up.
Yeah, basically. You may not be able to pinpoint it, but there is something. Because a lot of the stuff goes on in your subconscious mind a lot of the time, rather than your predominant thinking everyday mind.
I think that's a good point. But what one thing as well about the subconscious mind is a lot of the time it's just focusing on what you're around. It's what's playing on your mind all the time. That's definitely an issue, because sometimes you're not actually doing what you want. So imagine you're a tennis player and your father's a tennis player, and that's what the family pressure's been on you all your life. Sometimes it takes like a coaching session to figure out, do you know what? Tennis isn't what I want to do. It's what I'm around all the time. It's what I hear all the time. It's what my family's telling me all the time. So it's just on my head. So my subconscious is like it's playing what's around you all the time in your head. But it sometimes take stepping away from that and really getting those hard-hitting questions to think, okay, that's not actually what I want.
But that's why you have to be by yourself.
Yeah, I agree. And that's when I've always when I figured out things aren't right in my life, it's been that reflection time. Taking myself up to Ibiza, had a time in my life and then thought, oh, damn, nah, I've got an issue. I'm not doing anything about it. It's those times when you're by yourself that you figure it out.
Man, so what's your, what motivates you, Sasha?
Oh, everything really.
What kind of...
Let me finish.
Go on.
Okay? Now, everything really. Obviously, as you lot know, I didn't have the best childhood in it. So my, once I got out of foster care, at 16, I decided that I didn't want the type of life my brothers and my sisters were living. They were kind of just stuck in this rut. And I think a lot of the time when you do come out of foster care, nobody expects anything from you. So you always have people like feeling sorry for you and like, oh, don't worry, you've had a hard childhood. Like, bitch, don't worry about me. Don't worry about my childhood. That's not where I'm staying, love. You get me? I think that mainly was like, I'm not trying to end up like everyone expects me to.
Okay.
Was you the youngest sibling? Sorry.
No, I got a younger brother. So there's 7 of us.
Oh, shit.
So I got a younger brother.
Thought you was the only child.
Only? I wish. No. No, I don't wish. That's very bad to say.
So you're basically motivated to get away from the stigma of the how you grew up.
Yeah, because you get it. You even get it in school. Like in school, none of the teachers expected me to do well. None. I used to get this little pitiful pat. Oh, don't worry. And we know you've moved to loads of different homes. Don't worry about it. No, just the pity. I couldn't stand it. So, I just didn't want to do that.
So is that what you say drives you now, motivates you now? Like just thinking of them kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's enough. You think about someone telling you can't do something. What do you want to do? You want to do even more, innit?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what about you, V?
What motivates me? So for me,
You've got the whole education. you've done the whole bank thing. You're saying you've already got the big bank as well.
And your parents was selling houses when you was.
Clients
Yeah.
You decided to come on the yellow coat on.
And you had all that good background and you become a pimp.
Obviously, the motivations must be different from where you coming from.
to be honest, is not because for me, I've always had. So, for example, my family we done really well, but I've always had cousins and things that there is the struggle. And for me, what was important to me is that there's always problems in families. So when you're mentioning people have mental health, so there's what it is that we have a system. So there's something called ecological theory. So when a kid is born between 0 and 7, there's an ecological system outside which can affect you. So is the loving relationship you have in your home. Say that can be okay. Then the kid might go out. Let's say you work. So say you're both parents, right? Let's use like you have the dad and the mom. Say your dad goes out to work. He has to go through pressures in the workplace. Let's say he has a bad day at work and he comes home and he has an argument with your mum. Let's say they argue. These are things that a baby can detect. So they have it's called an attachment theory. So these are things that you have growing up. So a lot of the time, a lot of people have traumas that you have growing up. So when which is developed. So the reason why I'm building Wealth University is because the traditional education system is failed in the terms of it doesn't teach you about life skills. So Wealth University is about life skills. So for example, your teacher is a teacher. Some teachers are great and some teachers aren't. But the problem is that they're part of the system. So they actually are like cheerleaders for the system. But at the end of the day, we're all individual people. So the education system there's two ways of learning. We've got neurotypical, which is you do exams, and there's something called neurodivergent. Neurodivergent is not everybody can go and learn by reading the textbook, writing out some paper and doing the exam. Some people learn well, like you have
like apprenticeships and all that.
Yes, apprentices. Some people learn well visually. So neurodivergent means that sometimes you can have someone that's dyslexic, but is a genius at playing the piano. But the traditional education system is being built to make you want to work. You go uni, you get a job. So the infrastructure, that's how it's being built. It goes against how we are as humans. So typically speaking, what's very important is when we talk about mental health, everyone has a trauma in their life. So just because I had, I could say, yeah, there was a bit of privilege, but at the same time, there's been trauma getting through the system. Obviously, going to private school, there's been trauma dealing with that. Even when I've worked, I've always had a mindset, because I've had older brothers as well, is you kind of have to be your own best cheerleader in your head, because everyone around you is going to tell you something different. So when you have that time when you're alone, or when you have good friends or good people that say, yeah, go do that, because sometimes people could fear that, oh, he's doing this, he's doing well, I don't want him to go there. So it's having that shit, but you have to be your own cheerleader. And I think what motivates me is I've helped other people, and I just like when someone else does well. So I've had people I mentor, and then when they go and do it, and then I'm like, it makes me feel good because they're doing that. So we all have our own motivations. So for me, I'm still motivated every day I want to spread the word. And the problem is that the traditional education system has failed. So I always said, why hasn't someone else built this? And the answer is they don't want you to know this. They want you to be programmed in this mode. They don't want you to learn these things because they would have taught them in school. They would have taught you about, we got to what? We're like in 2023 and we're talking about mental health now. So we already know these things. So now it's good now with having a conversation. And then I'm going to go a step further. If we go to, let's say, the black or ethnic minority community, then we've got to deal with that. So we've got to deal with a system. We've got to deal with being an ethnic minority. and we have to try and prevail in the system as well. So, for example, for me, I was an ethnic minority when I'm in school. I'm an ethnic minority when I'm going to work. People have perceptions of how you're going to be. People will assume, we have stereotypes. So there's so many things that people want to put you in a box. They want to put you in this area. So I've learned so much. And one thing that I'm very happy that my parents taught me, and my mum and my dad taught me, is they said, if you have your principle and you stick with your principle, it doesn't matter who you're in the room with, even if you're with, because I've been in a room with wealthy, with billionaires, with people, but I have that determination and that arrogance that I can be in a room and I take all the energy. And it doesn't matter. Sometimes people have money, but it doesn't mean it's not everything. You can have a principle. How did you get that money? You can have loads of money. I've worked with some people, they could be complete sleazebags. So, but they don't have that principle. And I think it's very important that we have the principle, and what motivates me is just, I want ordinary people to be extraordinary. Like, it doesn't matter where, it's your journey is where you want to go. It's wherever you want to go. So my brother said where he wants to go is where she wants to go. No one's deciding that to you. A teacher is in the education system. She has a job, effectively. If you really look at it, a teacher has a job. And one joke I used to make and I used to argue with my business teachers, by the way. I used to say, and that's why I got a mentor, I'm learning from a business teacher, but does your business teacher run a multi-million-pound corporation? He's teaching you from a textbook. So you have to have a mentor. And that's why I say that's where the system has failed in certain ways. And your teacher will be telling you something. But a lot of people it's really important that teachers are very, very open for what they say to kids, because this can affect them growing up. And I've had some really good teachers, and there's some teachers that are just there for the paycheck, and they're going to say something else. So it's important that we have a discussion and we're very open and honest. So what motivates me is other people doing well. It's not just about me, not just the pimp coat, not the image and that. But I just like the coat, but you're a different person. Everyone has an image, you know.
So would you say, growing up, because of the environment that you grew up in, was you under any sort of pressure to do well? Because everyone else around you was doing well.
I'm from a Nigerian family. Trust me, pressure is hard. I'm telling you, like literally pressure. But to be honest, is what I just thought, what do I want to do? That's what you need to figure out. What do you want to do? And I always say to someone, just because it worked for him, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Because some people would tell you, they'll write a business book, and they're not going to tell you this. They'll write a business book, and they will say to you, I'm going to give it, because I'm sick and tired of these fake traders. So I'm shouting at all the fake traders out there. Because what they will do is they will have a lovely car on Instagram. And then they will have this course, and they'll have some big secret. And that big secret is selling you that stupid course. That is their big secret. And the problem is that a lot of people will do that for the clout and follow that. And that's the big problem. So what motivates me is getting the right information out to the right people. Wealth University is not for everyone. It's for anyone that wants to work hard. It's not easy, because it isn't easy. Like, you work hard, you graft. You work hard, you graft. You have to put in the work. Like, you're not gonna...
I work hard, I graft.
Yes. Everyone works hard. No, but sometimes...
Not everyone works hard.
No, but sometimes people...
Yes, I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
No, sometimes... No, not like that, but sometimes...
I graft, though.
People, sometimes people have, like... They have an affirmation, right?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, the money's coming to me. And they'll be sitting down, like, the money's gonna come to you.
Yeah.
But you have to go out and do the work. So they're like, I'm not rich yet, but like you're gonna have to. You can do your affirmations, it's good, but you have to go and put in the work. So, for example, you might, like, for me, I used to work 2 jobs, and what I done is I removed every bit of privilege from what I had. So I was in a private school. I enrolled myself in a public school. I left my house at 18 with no support. I said, I'm not taking that privilege. And one thing is important is mums are lovely. They will mother cuddle you. They'll do everything for you. But my dad was a very serious guy. My dad would say to me, and he say, as a man, he said, you need to, like, really buck up. He was loving, but he said, look, if you're around your mum, so I took everything so serious. So I left. So I wanted to take everything away from me to show that I can do it by myself. And for me, it's important that every individual out there can do it with the right mentors, with the right information. We've got the right information out there now. Everything's out there. Everything's on YouTube. So it's easy, but it's just guiding the generation, because there's a lot of things out there. There's a
lot of rubbish out there, and there is a lot of people selling courses off the back of a bit of hype and all sorts.
And we have a lot.
So basically, you lot are not to be confused with.
Please do not confuse me with these course people, because there was it's upsetting, because it's like some people will follow that and then they think it is, and then it happens, and you're just screwing over the wrong person.
Yeah, people are vulnerable in it, especially with this online new culture where they think that all you have to do is stand next to a Lamborghini and say, "Yo, I'll show you how to get this." And next thing you know, you sign up to a course, a bit of A4 paper saying nothing.
But the problem is that with the financial industry, and this might be controversial, but I have to say this.
Hold on, I don't cut you. So what motivates you again?
Motivates
Making other people feel good, yeah?
Making other people achieve their goals.
All right.
That's what motivates me. It's not about me.
We like that.
It's not about me. So another thing is that
Sasha loves it.
Yeah, we found Sasha one.
Start with you.
You single, V?
no, I'm taking you.
Oh yeah, Sasha. See,
You're done with the duck.
Sasha, it's always the ones that's
Take my
taken.
Lord.
He said the duck's gone.
No, don't wait. I'm the matchmaker. I've got a guy.
Wow.
I know a
I'm
guy.
a matchmaker.
I know a guy.
I know a
Nah,
guy.
Sasha,
you know?
that sounds like a cheating line.
That
sounds like a cheating line, you know.
No, never that. So, for example, with the finance industry, and I'm going to break it down for you as simply as possible as I can. So, we have the banks, for example. The bank's job is to loan money to individuals. And then we have something called brokerage firms. So brokerage firms are platforms where you can go to trade. And then we have the exchanges. I'm not going to go through the exchanges, but the exchanges are owned by 3 companies. The brokerage firms, their job is the industry is declining. They need cash flow every single month. So they need people to trade on their platform. So the brokerage firms need to attract you onto the platform. So this is where they use an affiliate. So they have a contract with an affiliate to get you onto the platform. And this is where we get the fake traders and the fake traders. So the fake traders, if they can get you onto that platform, they get a percentage, and they know you're gonna blow up every month, but that's cash flow for them every month. Then on the other side, we have the proper retail traders that trade consistently and make money, but they make money from the fees, but it's not enough for the cash flow. So that is how the industry works. And you will get an influencer, you'll get a fake trader that will do the car, and he's just going to keep doing it. He needs new people every month to sign up. And that's how the industry works. So they've built an infrastructure because they know people are desperate. And that's where I say the system has failed in that point. So it's just good to enlighten people. And I always say to people, and this is very important. So let's say we have Goldman Sachs, one of the biggest investment banks. I used to work for a hedge fund manager, had 100 billion under management. Okay? Goldman Sachs, if you go in Google and you look at their annual report, and they have the investment side and they have the trading side, and they bring in about 21 billion pounds a year, in profit. And if you look at how profitable they are, around 200 and 300 days they're profitable, and they have a trading desk they're trading 25 portfolios. They've got a massive proper desk. And then you have my hedge fund manager, he would be profitable about 200 to about 250 days a year, okay? And he has a proper portfolio, proper traders, top graduates, everything else. And then they all work together. You need to understand that they're market movers. So they have the best people, the best graduates that goes to university, and they're profitable. So about 100 and something days a year, they're not profitable. And then you have a random guy who's going to be on YouTube, who's going to give you a story, and he's going to be profitable like 300 and something days a year. It's ridiculous. So you have to look at it. So what you do is, before you can manage money, you have to be FCA regulated. So these fake traders that are trying to sell you something, ask them if they're FCA regulated to manage money. So for example, for me to work in a family office, I have to be regulated. So I have a step to manage people's money. They have to, and you can just go on the FCA, ask them, type them in and see if they're FCA regulated, just to manage money. So that's the first step that you can. Now, I'm not trying to say there is education out there that's helpful, but just do your due diligence first. Ask them these questions, not someone that's going to be a whiz kid that ends up trading crypto.
Yeah, man. Pimp of the trade game, then, basically.
Pimp of the trade
You know
game.
what I'm saying? You got that on Smash. Nathan, Wagwan, what are you saying?
What are you telling me?
What do you think of this?
I think it's impressive. Shout out Wealth University. I'm not gonna lie, that last bit went over my head.
You're moving like you're going to sign up to Wealth University, you know?
Got you,
Hey,
man.
what?
Did you go uni?
Yeah. Went uni.
What did you do in uni?
Nottingham Trent. Shout out Nottingham Trent.
Nottingham
Trent
Trent.
Army.
Big up.
Psychology. So I did psychology. So a bit different. All my boys did business. I did psychology.
Okay.
Understanding the human behavior, which fed into the coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, then. So, as you're both advocates for men's mental health, yeah, how do we translate this into the modern day relationship? How do we help men?
it's
How
quite,
do we help men in the modern day with these modern day Sasha?
yeah. So it's quite.
Sorry, I meant women. Sorry.
So it's
Carry on.
it's quite interesting. Probably shouldn't say this. So someone that I know actually commented on one of my videos and called me sexist,
Yeah.
which I thought was wild. Like messaged me on Instagram, which was fine, but then commented on my video, and I'm thinking I just started a business. And don't get me wrong, it's all squash now. Apologised and whatnot. But all I basically said was that men feel a societal pressure to be the breadwinner, which is true, because of what they're seeing for their family, their grandparents,
Facts.
their prehistoric ages.
Yeah.
And she took offence to that.
Wow.
I feel like in this day and age, anyone can take offence. Everybody's so sensitive,
So sensitive.
like ridiculously sensitive.
Yeah, it's mad.
So like,
Mental.
So I mean, the way I coach is a little bit different. I know some coaches are all about positivity, you know. But I feel like sometimes you have to look at the negatives to come out stronger, realistically. So yeah, it's about just being realistic about the world that we are in now. You know, you have to be realistic. Like at the end of the day, you go on dating apps, women swipe 5% of the time, men swipe 50% of the time. Tinder's about 80%. I think it's about 85%, 80% men, 20% women. So if you're looking to get dates of Tinder, your chances, it's heavily skewed. It's out your favor.
Yeah.
So don't take it to heart that you're not getting matches and stuff like that. You're not getting dates. Women just have a lot more options than
What
you.
guys do eats their ego up very badly.
What does?
But you're looking
When they
at,
don't get picked for dates or
Or
Yeah,
when
but
you
that's-
leave them in your DMs and that.
but
too.
that's a very small percentage of men that are doing like the dick pics to random. That's not like a lot of men.
small percentage.
Tell us about
I don't
your,
know.
tell us
I
about
don't
your
know
DM,
one
Sasha.
man.
Go on. Tell us about
Small
your.
percentage.
You seem experienced in these days.
Definitely not a small percentage.
I think the problem is that we have, end of the day, dating is a market, if you really want to put it that
Yeah.
way. So the problem that we have is that because the market has been opened up around the world, and now I'm going to give you an example. I could be in London, for example, and I can get a DM from a woman in Brazil or a woman wherever. The date
Thailand.
or
I remember like this shit.
or what can happen is that there are women that are setting up profiles in countries. So like say Tinder, they're changing their profile to be London so they can get a London person and like say they're not in the, let's say in the not in the Western country. So the problem we have is that the market's expanded and there is more choice for women now, because if you go back, okay, let's go back 10,
More
12
choice
years.
for men too, not just women.
There is more choice for men, but the difference is that there's expectations. So if you go back 12, 13 years,
Jump in there. if
Yeah,
you
can I
want,
just say one thing? Yeah, but the amount of versions have increased significantly.
yeah, of course.
Like,
But-
it's gone from about 12% to 28%.
yeah, no,
Under 30. So
I agree with
men,
that.
there's not really much choice. there's not as much choice for men as I think you think.
No, there's not as much choice.
That's
but
a lie.
the problem is that
That's a lie.
is the
Then why would the
That's a
stats
lie.
be saying opposite?
The percentage, as you're saying, it's opened up. Okay, so men have the same exact opportunities as females have.
No, they don't. They don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
You know why? Do you know why they
The only
don't?
difference is females are a lot more pickier than men are.
No. It's
Yes, it is though.
It's always been. Its problem is that. Yeah, it's true they're more pickier, but the problem is that there's more expectation. So, for example, you could go maybe a few years ago, talk to someone in the pub, whatever. People used to meet at work, for example. Now, people want, and you're right. Women want a certain amount. They want a certain guy, basically. And the problem is that there's been a promise that everyone's chasing this one set of guy, this percentage of guys, and then and then basically they're getting all the women, and there's the normal guy that makes 30 to 40,000 pounds a year. They don't want him.
That's what I think you're forgetting. There's a massive percentage of men that aren't getting looked at, and this is the reason why. What I do is I say, look, women aren't to blame. I'm not here saying, oh, this is all women's fault. I'm saying the best thing that men can do is self-improve.
Yeah.
Try to be the best versions of themselves and put yourself in position to win, to meet more people.
However, the only problem with that is not every guy is going to be the guy. I'm sorry, but not every guy can do that.
But
Not everyone can be.
but everyone can improve.
And not everyone can. I think everyone can improve, but I think the problem is that we also on an app as well. We try sometimes meeting in person might work. There are sometimes what's your best options. Dating's never been easy. It's never not everyone's getting picked. Yeah. So it's just trying to put your best foot forward. Sometimes I say with guys, sometimes you have to sort some certain things out. Maybe obviously career wise, maybe appearance, getting yourself in the hygiene. But there's a lot of things that guys need to do.
I think some things have to come natural though. Like you can't try and be something that you're not.
This
you
is
get what I'm trying to say?
Say. I think you lot are basing it on a certain type of guy. You're not thinking about everybody else. Because it's not just the guys that are doing something for themselves that are getting picked. There are the other people. There's, let's say, the middle-aged women that want to find someone. They don't really care about all that stuff. They've done life. They've done all that. They're just looking for maybe a companion or just, fall in love.
Just a beat.
Yeah, just something. It's not always the case that
basically you're saying
women
it's
are
okay
searching
to be
for
a bum.
a certain type of guy.
It's okay for you to be a bum. Some middle-aged woman will just pick you up and look after you.
That's why there's programs like 90 Day Fiance and all them other programs where they meet people across the other side of the world, and really they ain't got shit.
But the problem with that is that a lot of these programs are experiments. They actually are social experiments.
Yeah, but a lot of them are what really happens in life. They don't just pluck them out of thin air as an idea.
Yeah. Well, they
experiences from actual people.
Yeah, but they apply to go on a TV show. They actually do.
But they're still experiences that happen in this lifetime.
It is,
but
there's a small percentage. It's
my point is, not every female wants a certain type of guy. You guys are basing it on a certain type of guy.
No. I don't think every female wants every type of. But the problem is, if that's the case, then it should be. We shouldn't have any issues with dating. We shouldn't, because I think there's a lot of eligible guys. I just think that a lot of guys, and also guys have to take accountability. Not every woman's going to want you. You have to try, try your best, put your best foot forward. So I think the problem is that we have quite a big expectation on dating as well. Yeah. There's a high expectation dating. There's a lot of opportunity. We've made things a bit more casual as well.
Yeah.
As casual as really, so before, because if you go back generations, it was, that's the person, you're with that person, you say to that person, that's it. It was very simple. It is a little bit more complicated now.
Yeah.
I think it's complicated now.
But obviously, it's true what they're saying. Women go for what they hear and men go for what they see in it. That's why men lie and women wear makeup.
I mean, if that's what you want to get from that, I don't know.
How is that even the same thing?
How is that the same thing?
It's so not even the same thing.
You got makeup on.
Yeah, but women are supposed to be desirable creatures.
So are men. But our desire is our accolades, our achievements.
Yeah, in a different. But we know obviously you're visual creatures. So you're supposed to look at us and desire us.
And how are you supposed to desire us?
By
why you here?
And it's supposed we put on bag of makeup and all that stuff. Suppose we put on bag of makeup and
We
There
apologize.
is
All of that
people out
stuff
there
there.
doing that, so you know.
You were saying as well that
There is people out there doing that.
You were saying
Is
that
there?
we were, what
Yeah.
We apologize for the ball.
Yeah.
you were saying that what we were looking at was like a certain type of man.
Lex is a dickhead, you know.
What do you mean, blood?
What do you mean by that? When you said like one certain type of man, because what I'm talking about is trying to improve like the ordinary man that's struggling with certain things to basically grow into the best version of themselves for what they want. So what did you mean? You know, you said like it's only one certain type of man.
Yeah, well, you were saying that they have to be a certain place in life. And
No, I think what the problem is that it's not we can't use this for everyone, but generally the typical problem that we have generally, and I don't really like to use social media too much, is that there's a general thing that women want a certain. So, for example, they say, okay, for example, they want a certain type of income. Let's say, put it that way, because obviously you want someone. This world is expensive now. So what the problem now is that things are more expensive, times are a bit harder. So people are trying to get the best thing for themselves. So some people would say, I need to be with someone now you probably need to be with someone to get a mortgage now. You need to be with someone, it's usually time to buy a house. It's very difficult. So now sometimes someone wants a certain type of income. So for example, if you're a woman, you work like in a profession, you might want a certain type of person in that profession. So your options is, you're okay to have your options. And then sometimes there's guys that can't fulfill those options, and that's just the market. Is like you get what you can, and there are some women that are exceptional that don't mind, and they want things for love. So it just depends. But I think generally what the trend is, what people are trying to say now is, we want this, and that, and then guys are saying we want this, and that, and that's the dating market. But I don't think it is. I just think that could be like the majority, maybe rule that everyone talks about. But there are exceptions to the rule as well.
Do you think, because I've even had this conversation with my missus, and she's like, oh yeah, like you're like, you know, when you go to a club, you look at the girl with the, you know, the fake tits and the fake bum, blah blah blah, and I say, but that's like, just because like that might happen in like a club setting and stuff like that,
That don't mean what you want.
That's not what men actually want.
That's not what we want.
From a life partner. I think sometimes girls do get confused by a girl that gets a bit of attention, or sometimes the Instagram baddie, for what men actually want, and that's actually not
That's
what
facts,
men want.
bro. That's true.
I've heard that before.
A lot of women will see, I don't know, maybe that your attention's taken by certain things and think that's what you want. No, bro. Sometimes that's just what you.
That's just what you
desire. Like we got eyes, we can see.
But I think the problem is
true.
that the real world and the celebrity world is totally different. And I think, or the Instagram world, let's say, and I think everyone let's say a lot of the time we have problems. So we have football players, we have rappers, entertainers, let's say entertainers for now. And entertainers will have, that is genuinely what's being pushed as the type that they have. And then I think people look at that and think, oh, well, we need to do that. And I think that's the problem. Like if we go to the real world, the real person, the average person, you work a 9 to 5, you come home, you see your missus, you might go on holiday once or twice a year. That is generally, but then you're looking at someone...
Eat a couple times a week.
You're looking at someone on the ground.
Eat pussy.
No, easy.
Eat out your missus.
So
It's got to be done.
Yeah, man.
So basically, so people looking at that, they're looking at someone, oh, I want that life. And then what gets confusing is that people think, I want that type of person. And then guys are trying to say, I need to be that type of person. And then that's where we get...
Or when they get attention from a certain type of guy for just, you know, just a beat. And then think, no, that's me. That's where I want to be. And then sometimes you're just chasing that person. But then there's other people around you that you look over.
Yeah, that's what
I've heard a lot of men say that.
Are you two both married?
No, I'm in a relationship.
How long you been in a relationship?
About a year and a half.
Oh, it's new.
Yeah, man.
New thing then.
Mine's similar.
Both new things then.
Yeah, so I just think, but I think if you know, you just know. I think is.
Do you know?
I know.
You may as well get married then.
Of course, I'm arranging that.
Just may as well just
No kids
do that
with
now
her
to the
then,
camera.
No.
Like pressure.
If you know, you know.
Yeah,
Honestly,
nice.
You know. So that's what I think it is, and I think that we have choices. Let's not try and force something down someone's throat.
Yeah.
if you're gonna meet, you meet the right person.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we put pressure, and I think dating. What's the problem is that we kind of put pressure on dating. Like there's some people that say I need to do 2, 3, 4, 5 dates a week. We're changing dating into like something that we do all the time, and I think that can be an issue as well. Or you're expecting something.
I think dating, it's just you just giving a fake version of you. It's probably not even you. You're gonna sit down at the table and think, what am I gonna do to impress this person? And you're not gonna be consistent with that. So I don't know, man. I'm not really
But it's then,
well.
then how do you get the person to know the real you?
Innit?
I think over time, I think you put your best foot forward. I think over time, I might say some people do too much on the first date and then they have to keep that one up. But I'm just saying, like, take some account and do something
yourself.
nice. Do something nice. Like put in a bit of effort. You don't have to go chicken shop on the first date. Like put in some effort if you want to, and that's the vibe, and it's good. You can, but I think sometimes just put in the effort. But at the same time, you're seeing whether you want to be with that person for a long time. So I do think
From a first date.
not from a first date, but I think with about couple of dates.
Did you date to get into your position? Well, you was doing the whole reality dating thing.
Do you mean position with our
I'm saying,
missus?
you've both been in a relationship for a year.
No, I
Yes.
was in. It was me.
Was it a workplace
It was in
thing?
person. It was in person. I was out an event. I was at an event, and then that's how it happened. So it was more person.
relaxed.
Yeah,
I can't even lie, man. And me and Leslie talk about it all the time. I hate dating apps, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than talking to people. Got hot and cold. It's long, but we actually met on Hinge.
Yeah.
We met on Hinge, and
A couple of my brethrens on that Hinge.
it's a little. I'd say it's a little classier than Tinder for me. You have to say a bit more about yourself. Look,
Yeah, you would say
the man
that.
them in the back are like, yeah, we
'cause
press
you're
on
man.
Hinge. We press on
It can. He's an example. It can happen on the app. I'm not saying it can't, but I'm just saying just use. I
be
would
relaxed.
say use the app. Get on the date, and then you will know. The app's just an
that's it.
intermediary.
That's
Yeah.
So what about the girl that make you wait for the beat? Do you think that? Do you think that makes them any?
Wait.
Wait, because some girls will just be like, yo, I'm not having sex with him for
Do you want me to be
2
very,
months.
I'll be very, very honest.
Please do.
Go on.
I know you're looking at me.
Go on.
Go on.
Oh man,
man
my
in universe.
ego. But I'd say my ego was hurt. Like I wouldn't be like there trying to fake it and be pissed off. I'd just be like, I won't lie. My ego's a bit hurt. If I knew that you like press other man like quick, and then I'm waiting, that'd be I'd be turned off. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
but if you got that thought already, that's not going to be your gal anyway.
oh no, of course. But I mean, in that situation occurred, I'd be a bit like,
Yeah.
what am I doing? I just self doubt myself. Which
But
is your own
situations
ego.
happen. People
Own
have
ego.
one night stands and stuff like that. You can't base it just solely on that.
Yeah, but if you're waiting out for me and then you press next,
Maybe she sees you as
she
something
wants
more
you.
than that.
Yeah, but maybe
Well,
but that's
see,
maybe the male and female.
But the
brain,
rest
right? I
just
see-
open up next.
No, some of them could have been one night stands. You don't know.
You just want to be.
And now you
So,
want
so
more
you're
now.
dating, but
Not
you're having
all-
one
no,
night
not
stands
And
in
now you want
between.
more.
Not all situations.
Now you want more from me.
Not all.
Oh, you want one night stands with them?
Yeah.
Now you want more from me.
Yeah, because
Oh,
maybe
okay.
Not giving me the
maybe
beat.
she sees you in a different light, innit?
Oh, okay. Now you want more from me.
If you're making all man wait, as long as there was like at least a few bits involved, maybe I'm good.
Yeah.
No, but
I'm good. I respect that.
but you
I
know
respect
what? It could be sometimes a lot of guys can do the finesse thing. So sometimes women can get. It's not they want it to. They could meet a guy and like, do this and do that, and it can happen again. Because sometimes someone could be vulnerable. Sometimes it could be like and passionate and say, okay, well, like and then so you have to kind of look at it from that point of view. Or sometimes she might just want to be liberated. It depends, but you can't. I don't think you can make too much judgment. I think you don't have to worry about someone worry about past relationships too much. Like, do you have the vibe? Is it good between both of you? And focus on that, because a lot of the times people can get confused with exes and things like that. Like the ex is for a reason. They might have been a different person back then. So she might have, say for example, people say, oh, she might have beat so many guys. She might have gone through some trauma, and that could be something else. And then she might have found herself, and so you can't really use it. Sometimes people use sex as escapism, but it's quite a very sacred thing when you have with someone. It's very, very important. And then we have a lot of the time we have things like we have porn, we have loads of stuff going on. So it's it can get confusing for some people. So I think you just have to meet couple of dates, know the vibe, spend some time together, and then it'll figure out. Eventually, it'll figure out. People have been doing it for hundreds of years. It hasn't changed. It's just we're just using an app, or we're just using some form of communication. We're just not in a cave writing a letter to someone. You know, it's just changed.
All right.
Have you ever looked at sex not just like a one night thing? Have you looked at it like that? Have you had like, one night stands, like, gone and met a prostitute?
Jesus. God damn. I just gonna ask me a question like that.
Yo, that's the barman, you know.
Outrageous.
Yo, the barman does that.
Jeez.
He does that. You gotta expect it.
He hasn't answered,
Brother?
though.
The answer to that is no.
Man sipped his water, you know.
You're looking at the pressure.
Should I lie or not?
Coach the shot and extra.
Yeah.
No, it was a question. I was like, wow. No, so I think
You don't need to touch that ball again.
Leave that bar alone.
I think it is. It depends where you are in life. I'll be honest. So
You don't need a long answer for this.
No,
no. It's
You have tried to trust a prostitute.
So where was you in life when you tried it?
never.
Where was you in life?
Never. No.
Oh, the simple answer, no SR. He hasn't tried.
okay.
That's it. No SR.
Yes.
Would you?
No,
Would
but
you
he's-
try a
but he's-
prostitute?
No, I wouldn't. But he's trying to ask me. No, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't pay for sex. Like, I'm not trying to shout at anyone else, but I don't need to pay for sex. Okay, I don't need to pay for sex. Trust me. Okay.
All right, Mrs.
That is cameraman here, you know.
No, I think in terms of how I've seen it, I think it depends where you are. So let's say you go university, you go freshers week. Things happen, okay? We know we're in different places in life. You're 18, so different places. But I think as you mature, I think I always say sometimes, not everyone, because some people mature from 18. I say you give someone between 18 and maybe 23, 24 to figure things out. When you get to 24, not all the time, but then you can kind of know your first breakup, your first. I just say there's no algorithm for experience. So you just need to have the experience, and then you'll know. When you go for a first breakup, you know how it is.
What about you, bro? You beating prostitutes?
No, that's not me.
Yeah, Thailand, bro. You're talking
Thailand
about.
was doing his thing.
All right, anyway, let's move on to get it off your chest. So obviously, a couple of people have sent in a few messages, maybe questions, things they need advice on. And they want responses from
You guys.
All right then. The weirdest place you've ever gone to the bathroom, an actual shitbox in Darjeeling, my grandparents' home. Huh? So I don't know if they're answering the question. I don't know.
Jeez.
The weirdest place you've ever gone to the bathroom. Let's go with that.
The weirdest place you've ever gone to the bathroom?
I think probably do like a shit or something.
Yeah, my one was
And that.
Thailand.
that would have been a good one. Like drink up in the fields.
In the field.
Created myself a little den.
Mad.
the
Wiping your bum
thing.
with the leaves.
Yeah. It's pretty
mad
bad.
thing.
It's pretty bad. But
Mad.
it had to be done, man. It had to be done.
Sasha?
The bathroom.
Oh, that's not wild.
The what?
I haven't. What?
Sasha, come on,
The
man.
bathroom?
We was all
What?
kids.
The
We was all
weirdest
kids at
place-
one point.
You've done a poo in Sutton Park whilst walking the dog. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Don't be
So
silly.
fuck.
No, the bathroom.
Come on, Sasha.
The
Sasha.
bathroom? You're not going to get me to fake no answer. The
Come on.
bathroom, okay?
What about when you went travelling? There must have been a mad
There's
one. I
no
know.
toilets around when
Nah,
you
but
travel.
All right, then the plane. You was on the plane.
No.
Shit on the
You
plane.
done a mad thing on
I
there.
don't even go to the toilet on the plane, bro. I'm asleep the minute I get on there.
V?
All right, then V.
China. I lived
In the
in
brothel
China.
house.
I lived in China for a bit early,
Mad.
and their toilets are actually on the floor. The
Mad.
public toilets, so you have to squat. So they have a hole in there. And yeah, I worked there for a bit. I only had to use it. I only used it ever once, and it was a
What?
madness.
Public toilets are on the floor.
Yeah, a Chinese toilet is on the floor, so you have to squat.
So what about them old people that ain't got no strength in their legs?
I don't know, but apparently there's a science behind it. If you're squatting, is where your pelvic
Oh,
area.
yeah.
So that's the reason. But the toilets are. If you go to Asia, the toilets are on the floor.
Mad. That's mad.
So that was a culture thing for me. And usually I had a European toilet, but one time I was far away, and yeah, I had to use it. I was prepared with everything else, all the stuff I needed. But yeah, that was a madness. I'm not gonna lie. because the toilet is crazy, isn't it?
Okay. Is it okay if one partner is bisexual?
No.
Is this in our relationships or like just in general?
In your relationships?
In ours, yeah.
Yeah.
In mine,
You the bisexual one.
ba-dum-bum. I mean, yeah.
Does it not
As long
count
as
if you take trips to Thailand?
Does it,
So, like,
if your
I
missus
think,
was
if my
bisexual, then
missus was bisexual, yeah, but it's like if I could join in, yeah, but then if it was a situation where she was doing her thing and then I was allowed to do my thing, then yeah, it would be a bit unfair.
no. But if she's bisexual, like surely it's the same thing, innit?
Yeah,
well,
but if
whether she's attracted to a man or that doesn't mean she's gonna cheat on you if she's attracted to female or man.
Yeah, of course. Now, like early stages, like it would be fun. But I'm talking about like if we're gonna get married and have kids, like that would have to be cut out.
No, but what I'm saying is she's not doing anything. She's just bisexual.
Oh,
Like-
okay. Oh, okay. I'm thinking like this thing. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Don't matter, innit?
That's calm.
Would it be all right if she brought another man into a relationship?
No. What
But
kind of
it's
question
okay
is
to
that?
bring a woman into a relationship.
No, I don't think it is.
No, I think
It's
at the
more
beginning
acceptable.
stage, if you wanted to have a bit of fun,
Yeah.
I would maybe be open to that. But I know what my girl's like, and I know that she'd be like, "Oh yeah, but you grabbed her in that way." We've even
Jealous,
had that we've even had that discussion, so it's just not even worth it.
So the threesomes ain't on a card for you in your relationship.
But it's all right, man. We have good.
But
enough.
you, Sasha?
We have good enough sex.
You can't even ask me that question.
No, but would it
Definitely not.
if your man was bisexual?
No. That's kind of massive.
But you know what's interesting is that if for a woman to be bisexual, we like if you see on Katy Perry had the song "I Kissed a Girl," you liked it. Like it's kind of like normalized a bit. Like
Yeah,
but
normal.
if you see like two guys kissing in the club, it's like oh, so it's like it's very interesting. It's interesting.
It's mad. Can you ask your guests, do they think it's acceptable to spread STIs such as herpes?
What kind of man?
What kind of
Obviously,
have
that's
you got
not
have you got another question? Outrageous.
Man.
What the bumba?
Okay.
Move on.
Wes, when was the last time you wet the bed?
Oh god,
Never.
never.
Oh,
Drunk that.
come on,
out.
people
I've
don't.
I've definitely done it.
Thailand?
a few times. Drunk that out. I don't think it was Thailand. I know I've definitely done it in. I've definitely done it in Leeds.
Yeah.
Like their night out.
Piss the bed.
Yeah. You know those ones where you're waved. You wake up and it's,
Nah.
thinking,
that one
I
still.
sweated a little bit harder.
I don't know about that one
Like,
still.
Nah, bro.
What?
You're young with that one.
What? Every man in the room. None of you have ever wet the bed
Never wet the bed.
after a drunk night out.
No, bro.
You man are holding still.
You're holding sick.
Most people have at least done that once.
Where are you from again?
Luton.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Luton's a mad place.
Luton's a mad
Luton's a
place.
mad
Said it
place.
himself, innit?
I can't consider that.
Shout out to the
tell
Luton
you some of
guys.
the sins, innit? Like,
Nah, we rate you for it still. Yeah, come on, you're being open, but you know, that's Luton.
Yeah, keep that in
what,
Luton.
surely,
that in Luton.
surely, can I just say, you know when you've drunk a lot?
No, bro.
He's holding his chest and trying it, you know.
Like fill up with alcohol. All right, cool.
Trying it.
Weirdest thing an ex has done.
Weirdest thing X has done.
I've been talking too much.
What's the weirdest thing X has done, Sash?
Sasha.
I'm trying to think. He liked toes a lot.
That's weird.
Very weird. Because he never actually wanted
To suck them.
No, he never actually wanted to
You want pussy?
have sex.
Wanted
Just
it-
like
Just wanted to mess with your toes.
mad thing.
Oh, that was the
The clicking geezer.
No, that was one date. Remember, I got the hell out of there.
Oh yeah.
So, did you like the toes thing?
Nah, that was a bit mad.
Cringy.
No,
V?
very cringy.
I think she went into some aggressive stuff, and I was just like, no, I can't do that.
What, like madness, like, yo,
No.
fuck this nigga dick. Stuff like that.
I mean,
Oh, she wanted
a bit too
aggressive
much
shit.
detail, you know.
She wanted aggressive shit, not him.
Bombs, man, that's detail, boy. Jeez. No, it's just aggressive in terms of just what it like.
spit in my face.
No, she actually wanted me like to punch her and be. I said, no, I can't do that, babe. I'm not going. So that relationship ended there and then.
I said, I can't.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Imagine that he's beating, you know, it's like
Crazy,
punch me in
literally.
my face now. I can't do that, babe.
No,
I can't do that, babe.
Baby Kim.
So yeah, that was a bit crazy, but yeah.
Don't look at me. Yeah, I was dating 2 girls. Well, not at the same time.
Yeah,
Separately.
you was.
No, but it's a weird thing that I've heard them saying. It's exactly the same thing as you. Like they've had that fantasy of being
Punched up.
Like baby kitten.
aggressive and all that, and you know what it's like for us, man. I'm not even taking that risk.
Wait, how aggressive are we talking?
Punch
But
up.
they've had the full fantasy of being,
Dragged up.
Yo, this is a good.
Have they got the kidnap one?
Listen,
assaulted.
Yeah.
I actually proper punched off.
Yeah. Some girl want that.
Some girls are into that. So, but yeah, man, it was just a bit like.
this is a good one for you motivational man. Most toxic thing you have done. This is gonna spin your whole.
Motivational stuff.
Yeah, honestly. About to lose some courses.
Some subscribers.
No, it's toxic thing I've done. I'm trying to think.
Play it now.
I have to think. I'm trying to think.
No, you don't have to think. You know what you did. You know what you did yesterday.
No, he did. Yesterday.
You know that girl's underneath the stairs locked up.
Long time.
No, she's still there now.
Oh, look, Nathan's gone. He's gone. He's just reminiscing right now.
He's
He's in some deep
I'm on the sinners. I don't want to say this one. I said too much.
I said too much. I've spoken. I know the comments already.
I have one more sip of that drink.
I'd say long time ago, it was at university actually. So statute of limitation. I'm at university a long time ago. So I think I was seeing a girl, and
You think?
yeah, no, I was seeing a girl, and she was just moving a bit. I seen her, and then she was moving a bit weird. Like we seeing each other, and then I think she just ghosted me. Like messaging her. This was Facebook times, right? So you're messaging, dated, whatever. She ghosted me. I'd see her out. She would talk, yeah. Then she just kept ghosting me. So then I was off. But then I just hooked up with her friend, and I just kept hooking up with her friend. Kept going to her house, going to a friend and seeing her. And she had to see me, I think I just dated her friend for like 3 months just so she could see me every day. Because I was pissed that she ghosted me. And then she said she really liked me in the end. But I said, you just kept ghosting me. I didn't know, but that was
Yeah,
quite
that's
toxic.
toxic still. That's toxic. Was it friend Buzz?
No, nothing was hard.
Oh, no, that's not really toxic then.
Yeah, no, but it was a friend, it is, because you're going to the house every day, you're seeing
Yeah,
her.
but
You seen her as well.
You're seeing
If
her.
the friend was Butters now, it's like you really checking this girl just so this girl can see you.
You're over for dinner, like, I was going there all the time, seeing her. Hey,
Who was
you
better
alright?
then?
Was the
Who
friend better?
Who was better? Like looking?
Ooh, that's a hard one, They were both hard,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my one was basically
Say
quite
lava.
similar. Like I was at uni.
I said lava.
I was dating like the first girl that I've ever properly dated. And yeah, it was only like the first month, and it was quite a toxic relationship. And we had like a massive round a night out, and I was like, fine, I'm just gonna do my thing. So I ended up getting with a girl. I was in a taxi to hers. On the way back, and I was like, no, I can't do this. Got out of the taxi, like ran, didn't know where I was. Got in a park. I was just in some park, drunk.
Yeah, you're drunk
Got
quite a
through.
lot, innit?
I get a bit boozy.
This is why the motivational thing's coming up.
I've had the lows.
Yeah.
So sweet.
I've had my lows. And I crawled through a bush. I was all cut up, and I came to hers and like just confessed that I was obviously just like, kissed. Well, she saw it anyway. Kissed a bird. Like, I was like obviously cut up head to toe from the bush stupidly.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sorry, that was a stupid thing to do, and learnt my lesson. But that was a long time ago.
Did she take you back?
Yeah, because we were only like, it was only like a month in.
Oh,
it wasn't
calm.
like a full blown like
That's all right.
relationship. Like,
Sasha, we know what your most toxic thing you've done.
What? Throwing the keys?
Yes.
in the water?
That's
Yeah.
toxic. That is.
Nah, there's other stuff.
What did you
No,
do?
that-
What did you
yeah.
do?
Yeah, go on, tell them, Sasha.
She
what it
went,
is.
she went through the man's phone because apparently it was left unlocked on the bed and it just had.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Nah, it was rubbish.
She didn't know the code,
She
apparently.
didn't know the code.
No,
Apparently.
no. Remember, I said we were very open like that.
So you knew the code.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have codes. It was just open.
Yeah, we didn't have codes. But anyways, she gone through the phone, seen a message from a woman, didn't really say much, but she took my man's BMW keys and dashed them in the river.
It wasn't.
And then didn't even tell him they're in the river and helped him find them.
Audi.
Helped him look for them.
Yeah. Mad.
That's not the whole story, though.
Yes, it is.
That's the whole
Tried to
story.
laugh it
In a
off.
nutshell,
What-
that's what it is.
No,
What was the reason?
That's not bad though.
no. The messages did say something. Don't try to play it.
Go on, now let Sasha explain. Go on, explain, Sasha.
Yeah, the messages did say something about
Something about holiday.
it was good. Yeah, he was on holiday and it was
Yeah.
It's on holiday, bro.
He was with his mates. He ran into an old bird that he knows.
On
And then,
holiday.
No,
bro.
he didn't run. So don't listen to
He's on
him.
holiday. It's a boy's holiday. Come on. You know, you beat. You're going to be. That's what it is.
Nah, but anyway, when I
No, you're not. No,
approached
you're
him
not.
about
No, you're
it, what made me switch is when I approached him about it, he kind of left it off like. It's not-
nah, he was nervous, obviously.
I don't care, man. Don't do that shit to me. Don't laugh it off like I'm an idiot.
All right.
Don't do that. So I threw his keys in the canal and then helped him look for it. When
Yeah,
he
man.
was
Toxic. Next one. Who's CS and is he single?
Who's CS?
Hey, go on, show them who CS is.
Yes. You know.
Jump on the camera.
CS.
Show them who you are.
Put yourself in that one and tell them you're not single.
You don't want to jump on camera.
For the sinners, who's got the most foul mouth?
Speedy.
The barman?
Nah, the barman. We apologize for him. For
I
the
don't
girls on there, to three guys out of everyone in the room. Huh? For the girls on there, to 3 guys out of everyone in the room. For the girls on here, I think they want you to pick 3 guys out of everyone in the room.
To do what?
To mash.
Yeah.
No,
The beats.
we'll pass that one.
I think it probably
the last
just
one,
means
you know.
Good looking one, like who's good looking. I think that's what it means.
I think it's the beat, you know.
Is it?
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Go on, Twyla.
Look at the motivation man, like, yeah. Yeah, we're with you, babe.
Definitely not doing
Yes,
that.
we respect you. Yes, we respect you. We respect your decision. Yes, yes. It's a ridiculous question. I think that's the last one. You know, I think that's the last one. So
Okay.
now we can go on to. Questions from the barman.
And CS.
Yes. Yes, you could have done this like over an hour ago.
2 minutes ago, you could have at least.
Yes, you're a bit late.
All right, cool. The first question's for you, Nathan. Working with men's mental health, do you feel like you understand why a lot of men actually commit suicide?
Yep. 2 biggest reasons: lack of communication, struggle to communicate their issues, and that's from that man-up mentality I was talking about earlier. You know, as a boy, you're taught not to cry, just get on with it, deal with it. Women are obviously taught differently from being a kid a lot of the time, and what we see in films, movies, grandparents, prehistoric age, and then societal pressure because the world is changing. And quite rightly, you know, women are going to jobs more. You know, you've got more women attending university, which is great, earning more. And I feel like men, whether it's right or wrong, feel like the expectations have grown of them and they're maybe not always meeting the mark. So those are 2 big reasons.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, man. Okay, so.
All right. Next question's for you, Sasha. Would you or could you be with a man that you need to fix up emotionally or physically, or do you need a man to already have his life together?
Don't know, that's a hard one. So I've been on both ends of the spectrum. To be fair, I'd say trying to fix a man, you can't really do it unless he wants to do it himself.
When I say fix a man, I mean fix him up. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's not where you are.
Exactly what you said.
Again, yeah.
We got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's harder to do it that way.
Mm.
And sometimes you have to kind of either meet people where they're at or find somebody else.
They have to what, sorry?
You either have to meet people where they're at, so date their reality. So if, let's say, this is one thing I always ask myself. So say if I'm interested in someone.
Always.
Let's say I'm interested in someone. I always ask the question of, Would I be happy if nothing about this person changed in the next couple of years?
Okay.
If the answer is no, probably shouldn't be with them. Because what are you going to do if they don't change all the things that you want changed in a couple of years? Then what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Could I further say, what if he's got potential?
We can't date someone's potential.
No.
No, never.
So what if it, like, let's say he's just started in his career and he's gonna work. He's getting himself up. He's gonna work hard, but let's say he's on a reasonable salary.
That's different.
Yeah.
He's got a career there.
Oh, okay.
Not
Okay.
someone that you have to emotionally fix.
Oh,
up
fair
and
enough.
all that
Okay.
other stuff. No, so I date where they're at currently.
And has that worked?
What do you say?
Has that worked?
I'm not on the market for dating.
No.
She's working on herself.
Yes.
We're going to get there soon.
Okay. Next question is for you, Mr. Pimp.
Yeah, go on.
Well, I've actually got two questions for you.
Yeah.
So the first question is, have you ever been tempted to take a bit of money or assets from a client?
Man's just look. What a question. Can't say yes.
No, I haven't. You know what? One of my clients actually, I just said, can you just show me the bank? Can I just see the money? I want to see the money. He was all right. He's like, yeah, you can see it. I just need to defeat it. But no, I haven't.
Lava.
Because I haven't, because you could lose your license and you can go to prison. Well, if you're gonna do it, you have to go to another country and be extradited and not come back to a country that has an extradition law. So no.
No. Okay. Second question is, what game are you playing?
What game am I playing
Right now.
right now? I think life is always been a game. I'm always playing the money game. Just because you get to a certain amount doesn't mean you're gonna stop. Like, you're never satisfied. So I'm always playing the money game. But I want to influence more, because I realized I know people that are really, really wealthy, but they don't have the influence. You can just sit in your garden and enjoy your life. It's fine. But for me, I just want to influence. I think that's where it is for me. So I want to, if I can make you successful, like help you be successful, it's like, wow, I've done something for someone else rather than me do it. So I think that's where I get the joy. Like, I'm actually helping people. You're building more. So you're bringing people up. I always think it's important that you bring people up, because a lot of the time, a lot of people will get somewhere, they'll move out somewhere, then they'll stay in that community, and then they just look back and that's it. Like, I'm gone and bye. So I think it's more about bringing up your community, because if I can make you successful and I'm successful, and then it just looks better. I think it's easier.
So are you successful?
I'd say I'm reasonably successful. If I can,
How much peas you got?
as in,
Money.
Money.
wealth is a very difficult thing.
How much
to
peas
say.
you got?
How much peas? What when you say money is
In your bank.
in my bank account? Oh, okay. I mean, well, I don't really hold that much money in my bank account, because, like I say, money
Assets, yeah?
assets. Yeah,
How much peas you got?
As in,
What are you worth?
Yeah. What
that's a very hard thing to say. But I would say, I mean, with assets, we're over a few mil with assets. Yeah,
Man.
I said over a few million.
with assets. But I would say that we are. But I don't think
How do you play this game? How do you do this?
it depends.
This is what I want to know. How?
Yeah. All the motivation in the world, yeah, but I just want to know how to get the peas, bro.
Innit? Give us
I
a
just want the
gem.
money, bro.
Give us a gem.
Come on.
Give us an investment tip or something. Shit.
All right. The thing
The
is,
short version, though.
no,
Short
okay.
version.
It can't be simplified. It can't be.
Like, it can.
It can't
Nah,
be.
it can still.
Okay. The ease that I need to explain, because is I can't just give you it.
You got Sasha going like, oh.
A bit closer to the mic.
I can't just give you a tip, because it doesn't work like that. Like, in fantasy, it does.
Name
But
us a good investment, yeah, where you made a few buck without doing too much.
Not talking about trading.
oh no.
I'm talking about have you been around the right people at the right time to hear do this now?
Like, what does John invest in?
Yeah.
Oh, what does John invest in? Okay,
Short version.
it's a difficult one, because I can't.
Shot.
Okay, the best thing I could say, that the more conservative investment, and everyone can participate in it, is property. And the reason why, depending how you do it, but if
do you do it?
Okay, so for example, there's different ways. So there's the rental income. So the reason why property is a reasonable investment, okay, is because you need a limited amount. Say you're a first time, let's say first time buyer. If you're a first time buyer, you need now 5% to buy a property.
This is the long version, bro.
No, it's not. But I can't simplify it because if I'm going to simplify it for you, you're going to make a mistake. Like it's
The
not.
average person, just wants to know how you get your peas, bro.
No, but
I'm storming it
Saying
down.
property,
for the
Sticky's
average
looking at him
people.
like, come on,
You're
bro,
talking to
tell me.
people-
You
You're talking to people
Sticky.
that's going to university. Bro, we just want a simple answer for the dummies. Yeah,
Okay, the simplest version is you'll buy a property.
that's still not simple, bro.
Why is it not? There's no.
Because everyone ain't buying properties.
Okay. So the simplest version I can say, okay, increase the amount of money you're making.
Yeah,
Everyone can do that. So if you can get your income up,
yeah,
let's say you're going to get your income up, and then you're going to stack that.
yeah.
And then you're going to put it into something. So I'm going to use property. I'm going to give you an easier one that everyone can do.
Yeah.
And the easiest thing that someone can do is if they can get a skill, a reasonable skill. No, so I'm not going to say if they're a builder, I'm not going to go that far. A reasonable skill, and then you're going to just stack that skill. So in terms of a skill, let's say people talk about crypto. I'm going to give you a reasonable answer for crypto. You know what? I've got something. The easiest way, if you want to be in property and you don't know how to buy, there's something called a real estate investment trust. Anyone can participate in this, and they own most of the buildings, they own Starbucks, the funds. You can get your money together and put it into a real estate investment trust, and you could probably get a 12 to 15% return. That's the easiest way without having to be in bricks and mortar. Real estate investment trust.
Right.
Real estate
like
investment. Yeah, man. Nice. Any get rich quick schemes?
No, not from me. Not from me. Just really
Graft.
Do you know what I'd say? Yeah, actually, it's just as simple as graph. Like, spend an hour, 2 hours, if you can actually do that outside of your day. That might be, if you're being honest with yourself, when you're playing video games and whatnot.
Yeah.
When you're chilling, even if it's just like, let's admit, a lot of everything now is social media based. So building up your social value, you can do that whilst you're watching TV. Just get busy. Get busy in those times that are your rest period. That's what I'd recommend to people.
Yeah, and above that, learn to handle finances because you can graft and then you can spunk it all at the same time. So I think you got.
I think if as long as you're disciplined, so I'd say if you can just put maybe 10% or 5% and do the rest of anything else, just put it in just have it. So what I would say, an easiest way, if you have 3 bank accounts, I'm going to simplify it. 3 bank accounts. You have an income account. This is what the wealthy do, by the way. So I'm going to give the gem. Income account. Then you're going to have an operations account, and you're going to have an investment account, which you just save and you're just putting something away. So when you get income, direct debit to your operations, do your shit. You want to go, you can go out and party, 10% investment account, just leave that every single month. And then you just leave that to stack up. And then say an opportunity comes, you've got a little bit of money left and you can use that. So I would separate your income into those 3, and then it's more discipline. Because what happens is when you have a income account and everything's going out of here, it's very hard. But once you've moved the money, you're going to move it. You can't just leave it and then continue with your life. And then after a while, you probably see something. So just a little amount. Even if you put away 50 or to £100, just leave it. And it's not going to, and just goes away.
People ain't got that though, cost of living.
Can I? Yeah, I know this is going to be very, very, very hard for people with cost of living. But if you can manage to do it, get yourself a money box. The interest rate's quite good. It's about 3%. If you can manage to save or put in £4,000 over the year, so let's say you can do it works out to be about 350 quid, a little bit under that, 333 quid a month. You actually get a £3,000 from the government every single year to go towards your first house. That is the best way, I would say, for anyone just to get literally.
The ISA does the same thing though, innit?
Yeah, lifetime ISA.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the best thing I would say.
All right, then. Let's move on to the deeds. Yeah, so you gave your biggest sin. You got to give your best deed. Just to wrap things up, make it a bit more equal.
We'll start with you, Nath. Biggest dude.
Biggest deed.
Best deed.
Yeah, so recently, I actually had a very, very, very good coaching session. And it was a few months ago, and actually helped somebody get their dream job.
Swear down.
And that actually meant a lot to me. Because, obviously last year you're doing a lot of clients, you're doing a lot of practicing, but then you're taking on real life clients as well. But just to know that my coaching was at that level where I could really make a difference. And at the time, it was quite difficult. The person wasn't living in the best situation at the time. They were so busy just with because they're in radio basically. But they were also doing modeling, they were doing acting, they were doing the whole influencer thing. So juggling so many hats that it was very, very difficult to really get what their dream job was, which was working on a commercial radio show. And it was really just about what's within your control and just getting those pin drop breakthrough moments in each session. So they figured out, damn, I need to do some extra work on the outside. I need to create time outside of everything I have to do. I have to say no to certain things. I'm going to have to put a nice CV together. I'm going to have to find the right place to basically create a show reel from. There was lots of things that went into it, and it was all just through questions and them actually figuring out the answers. So they knew the answers, but it's hard to figure it out when life's going on.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, just to see them literally get their dream job in literally 2 months, which is something that they may have never ever got because of everything that was going on without coaching. That meant a lot.
Sasha, you've already gave your D there. You're just saying yes and just bypassing everything, man.
She has to.
I've been here 3 times.
Come on, yeah, sure, for real. V, champagne.
I do a lot of D's,
Yeah, just give the short one.
Oh, God damn.
Short version.
Short version. The short version.
The short version, okay.
And break it down for the idiots then. You know what I'm saying?
A good
Don't put
deed.
no percentages in there.
Okay,
Or financial planners. Or universities.
the easiest one I'd say is similar to Nathan. I helped he actually moved. So he's from India. He was a student and he moved here, and he actually got his dream job, and he made quite a bit of money. So he moved here. He was into IT, and I helped him with his CV. Like, he was applying for a job. It's really good, really smart, applying for a job, but he just wasn't. So I helped him with his CV. I taught him how to, because he didn't know how to interview. So I told him the process, because he said he's been applying, but I looked at his CV. So I helped him with that, and I told him, this is how you interview. And then he ended up, so he wanted to get a promotion. So he was working, and he wanted to try and get to a managerial role. So I helped him with his CV, got to a managerial role, and now he's flying. He's actually moved offshore somewhere, and he's doing numbers. So helped him with that, and he was so grateful. And the thing is that I met him. I was going to eat some food, and he was like impressed. Like, oh man, your arms are crazy. Like, I just love you. Train what you do. And then he was like, so I was like, oh no, it's fine. Just take my contact. Like, you can train. I wrote him some program, whatever. But then I asked him, like, what are you doing? He he's really young. He's like, oh, I'm doing IT. I was like, oh, okay, how are you finding it? So I just got into. So you know what? Are you doing this? Not. So I can help you with a CV, whatever. So I just literally offered to just help him, because I was going to help him train him, but I just thought, young, what are you doing then? So that's really helpful. So I'm always interested. Everyone has a story, and I'm very interested. Everyone has a story. You don't just have a job. You have a story. Everyone's trying to do something.
Facts, 100%. That's proper. I think that's it, man. We've been going on for times now. So thank you, Nathan, Sasha, V, Champagne, for coming on the show. Like, a lot of insight, a lot of knowledge spitting. And yeah, man, there's a lot to take back from it. I think I'm going to be watching this one back myself a few times, taking a few notes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This is a notebook episode. You got to write down your notes. And
all you're going to hear about
points.
is the finance university.
Yeah.
Every clip.
Yeah.
Well, every clip of university, every clip.
Man, you gotta do
We've got to hear about Thailand and all that.
Step up, coach.
But your last week's show, you had entertainment. Your last week's show.
Come on, that's how it goes. Nah, man, you gotta learn as well, man. So thank you, for coming on, and like I said, it's very insightful. And I hopefully we can have you back or do something in a different capacity, maybe finance or something like that. Because, like, as I said, there's different shows that we do and different kind of.
No, definitely. I think definitely nearer to summer after launch and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to come back and get into a bit more detail. So it'd be helpful.
You got into detail, my bro.
You
can.
I feel like
he's got-
mine's
got-
the rust.
You can do that again.
Definitely on the finance show, he can delve into certain else. You get what I'm
Listen, I
saying?
can sell this course for you at this rate, fam.
Yeah.
That's my job, bro.
But nah, from my point of view now, honestly, thank you for bringing the show.
Come on,
And
man.
yeah,
Pleasure,
we'd love to do something again with you guys.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Definitely.
Legend.
Love her.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Anyway, I've been Sinner Speed,
Seen a Leko.
and we're out.